We see through the disguise. They keep us distracted while the world's under fire. Global game, same plan. If we don't stay focused, we'll never get our land. They talk world peace, while they loading the weapons. Same script, different villains, same global direction. US pointing fingers that is well on screen, but the real war invisible, messing with minds of the people we seen. They say pick a side, red or blue, while the money keep printing and the truth stay new. Black folks caught in the middle of a chessboard play. Entertainment distractions keep us arguing all day. They don't want unity, they want noise. They don't want leaders, they want angry boys. Scrolling, debating, beefing online, while rapper put action get better in the headline.
Truth over lies.
They selling fear on the news. If we don't see the pattern, we'll keep falling for the rules.
Truth over lies.
Same empire, new face, distracted people never win the race. They weaponize conflict, divide the globe.
Sanction, invasion, money controls, but tell Black America to stay entertained, while generational death never got reclaimed. Reparations ain't charity, it's a debt. Stolen labor, stolen land, don't forget. They want us beefing over nonsense and clout, while the real conversation never comes out. Peace ain't possible without truth involved. You can't heal a wound you refuse to resolve, so we staying locked in, eyes wide open, no distractions, we decoding what's spoken. Focus, they want us blind, unfocused, focus. We too old to be hopeless. No more smoke screens, no more circus shows. Truth over lies. Truth over lies.
They selling fear on the news. If we don't see the pattern, we keep falling for the rules.
Truth over lies.
Same empire, new face, distracted people never win a race.
Truth over lies.
Mr. Walker, truth over lies. World politics, black focus, no distractions. Another young life lost to street violence. Yeah, this ain't entertainment, this is intervention. If the truth hurts your feelings, it probably need to be said.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. At the streets trying to break them chains. Quarters in mindset, grown men talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. At the streets trying to break them chains. Quarters of mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Truth over lies, this real, no cap, no cap, no crash outs, no throwaway stats, waste that. OG's back, put order in place. Say to you, left the streets, left the cage.
Yeah, I seen talent die for an Instagram stare. Wine chasing clout, no plan, no prayer. Street code outdated, nobody wins. Same block, same cycle, same pens. They selling dreams, but it's really a trap. Labels love bodies, they don't love blacks. We need leaders, not shooters with aim. Need fathers and homes, not candles and names. Quarter zip weather, mind on legacy. Talk money, discipline, equity. I ain't judging, I'm correcting course. Truth hit hard, but it save you more.
Truth over lies, we don't glorify pain. If the streets tryna break them chains. Quarters at mindset, grown man talk. Lead the YNs before they chalk line walk.
Yeah, OG talk, pull a chair, sit down. Ain't no honor in a jailhouse gown. They told you drill was the way to shine, but the real killers is time and fines. They cheering when you crash out young, and forget your name when the sentence come. We ain't anti-culture, we anti-death. Anti-mama crying, anti-breath, last left. You wanna be a man, build something real. Stocks, trade, skill set, something you can feel. If the streets ain't hate, it's love with the spine. We tryna get you old, not viral online.
Truth over lies, say it loud, say it clear. If the streets when you need you here. Quarters of vision, fit your focus, kids. Break generational suffering. Truth over lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets, we need you here. Quarter zip vision, future focus kings. Break generational suffering.
We don't profit off death. We don't clap for destruction. We here to build men.
Not bury boys.
Not bury boys.
Truth over lies.
Yeah. Cart Before the Horse Productions. Gavin X Mr. Walker. Truth over lies. SBC Nation. We in here. We ain't like them, we stay on cold. Truth over lies, yeah, we exposed. From the hood, but we chose that growth. Build our people, yeah, that's the goal. Hit like, subscribe, don't scroll past. Cash App, love, super chat fast. Real talk, only no podcast. Yeah. Truth over lies, yeah, we stand on that. Yeah. Came from the mud, now we cleaning it up. Same block raised us, but we changing it up. No more crashing out, we elevating the mind. Trying to break them cycles, leave that struggle behind. They promote chaos, we promoting the go. Family first, yeah, that's how it go. Married men speaking, yeah, we leading the way. Not perfect, but we building each day. Single mom stresses and playing both sides. Child support courts got a whole lot of pride. But where the structure? Where the fathers at? We ask real questions, they don't honor that.
We ain't like them, we stay on course. Truth over lies, yeah, we exposed. Yeah. From the hood, but we chose that growth. Build our people, yeah, that's the goal. Hit like, subscribe, don't scroll past. Cash App, love, super chat fast. Real talk, only no podcast cap. Truth over lies, yeah, we stand on that. Reparations talk, yeah, we bring it to light. But unity first, gotta get it right. Can't build wealth if the home's not strong. Too many kids growing up all wrong. Nug, wildin', Bob Keisha fed up. Toxic love stories, yeah, we seen enough. We break it down so the truth hit clear. No sugarcoat talk when we speak in here. Stay woke, not sleep, gotta move with sense. Not every trend worth the consequence. They push distractions, we pushing facts. Trying to get the culture back on track. We just want better days. Real love, real homes, better ways. We just speak that truth for the ones coming up after you. Truth over lies, yeah, we locked in. Single by choices, yeah, we tapped in. Caught before the horse, yeah, we building brands. SBC Nation, yeah, we taking stands. Like, comment, subscribe, don't wait. Support the show, yeah, we appreciate. Cash App, super chat, show love, truth over lies. Yeah, we rise above.
Welcome. Live Truth Over Lies Tuesday, brought to you by
Caught before the horse production.
We live. Welcome to
Caught before the horse production.
It's Tuesday night. How you feeling, Mr. Walker?
Yes, sir. I am feeling fantastic. freaking tastic per usual. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, El Nug Nugs and Le Bonquishas. Welcome to Cart Before the Horse, Truth Over Lies, in affiliation with the Bougie Negro Podcast, and also, as all you Negroes know, in association with Ain't No Fun Once the Rabbits Got the Gun Entertainment. What's going on with you this fine Truth Over Lies Tuesday?
In the big name of Jesus, you hear me?
We are here. We back in the house, people. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button as you come into the room.
After y'all do those two things that cost you absolutely nothing, come all this fine April 28th, 2026. As you can see, Gavin X and I are very much still in the mix, reporting live to you jive chickens with truth over lies.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
So here we are. Shout out to everybody in the house. I see Sister Ebony Dean. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, subscribe button, all that good stuff.
There you go. To all three of our channels here, Truth Over Lies, we are simulcasting with Cart Before the Horse and also Single by Choices. And don't hesitate to join the Patreon, you jive chickens.
There we go. And like you say, shout out to everybody who's watching over at the Cart Before the Horse. We are simulcasting. So there is a link in the chat if y'all want to come over to the bigger chat, but we appreciate y'all.
There you go. All comments will live on the Truth Over Lies channel. So if you want your comments, remarks, to have staying power, bring them over to Truth Over Lies.
Straight like that, straight like that, straight.
In the meantime, y'all see the thumbnail and the title. We talking about everything is falling apart. Here's the truth. All right. Broken systems. We in trouble. It's a lot going on in the world and the hood tonight.
Red alert. This is not a drill. It's unfortunate, I still believe that it's a blessing to be alive. But as Mr. X said, and as y'all can see, observable reality, it's just straight turmoil. There are no more conspiracies as far as how bad things can get, all the way down to nuclear madness.
That part. So we got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to touch a little bit on that T-Money madness. We got some updates with the Hispanic woman, the cop. All right. And a lot more. It's a lot going on.
It's a lot of vitriol and hate in these streets. It's unfortunate. Silver lining, though, right? Folks tend to say that things got to get a little worse before they get better, right? How much worse can they get?
So here we are. We're going to get into it. Long show. We in overdrive tonight. So make sure you guys are hitting the like button. We're going to cook up.
Here we go. Shout out to Truth Over Lies Nation.
Yeah, we shaking the scene. Married man with a vision.
They push distractions, we pushing facts. Trying to get the culture back on track.
Ooh, we just want better days.
Real love, real homes, better ways.
Ooh, we just speak that truth
For the ones coming up after you. Truth over lies, yeah, we locked in. Single by choices, yeah, we tapped in. Caught before the horse, yeah, we building brands. SBC Nation, yeah, we taking stands. Like, comment, subscribe, don't wait. Support the show, yeah, we appreciate. Cash out, super chat, show love, truth over lies. Yeah, we rise above.
Ooh, that's dope. Mama, we made it. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Here we go.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
So we're going to start here with this story. All right. Check this out. This is craziness, everything falling apart.
3 lives lost after a fight at a gas station escalates into gunfire.
And tonight, we're hearing from 2 families impacted in different ways by the needless violence. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. There are 2 families reeling from what took place early Sunday morning on the west side. Police say it started with a car crash, but ended with a shooting near 6 Mile and Losser. Erica Erickson has been talking with the families of those victims today. And Erica, this is just tragic and heartbreaking, hard to process.
It really is. We're talking about 3 young lives, 2 families absolutely devastated, and now a 3rd family with a young man behind bars. Take a listen.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
3 young lives gone in seconds.
There's a hole in my heart. There's a hole in my heart that I know will never be filled again. It will never be filled again.
A deadly shooting times 3 on McNichols and Losser on Detroit's west side early Sunday morning. A crash, then a confrontation, then gunfire.
They don't know what they did Sunday morning, and they don't know what they did to me and his family. They took a beautiful soul from us.
That's the father of 24-year-old Lester Owens III, shot and killed along with tight-knit siblings. 25-year-old Trevor Sheeler Jr., known as Harry, and his sister, 24-year-old Jasmine Sheeler, known as Jazzy, all killed after celebrating a birthday party.
Nothing made any type of sense to me. You know, you get to the point where you stop asking why.
Both leaving behind young children, Jasmine and her big brother, inseparable.
All right, let's slow it down for a minute. It's a lot here. There's actually a video as well, but they were at this gas station. It started off with like a hit and run. And then they pulled up on these people. They all got out the car and walked up on the car. And somebody got to firing out the car and hit all 3 of them. So, wow.
Crazy. These things don't have to happen. Why are tempers, at this fever pitch like this? Stress, the economy bad. This is the quiet before the storm. If you ask me, happenings this extreme. Hit and run, a little bit of fender bender madness. Now 3 lives got to be lost. A ninja moment coming out of nowhere. This is the quiet before the storm. Before, if you ask me, things get even worse.
Describes him as hardworking and kind.
He always say, "Granddad, how you doing, Granddad?" You know what I'm saying? With that beautiful smile of his.
The 22-year-old accused shooter arrested at the scene, but the disbelief, anger, questions for these families just beginning.
He had so much future. He had a beautiful heart. He was loved by many.
They're gonna be truly missed. But I love him. I love him.
Stop. I don't want to keep.
Oh my God.
Incredibly heartbreaking for these families. Now, I want to remind everyone that 22-year-old shooter has not yet been charged. We did speak to the family of that accused shooter, and they say that there's a lot more to the story. They actually say, in part, quote, he did not intend to go out and harm anyone that night. He was in fear for his life.
So there we go. These 3 young folks got deleted. 2 of them were brother and sister, which is wicked. But the 22-year-old person that was the pewer wasn't charged yet. The cops let him go from the scene. So apparently, that's what the dude's parents put out the statement. Like, he didn't intend to delete nobody. He was fearing for his life. They ran up on his car and he got the pew in. And
okay. Oh, man, listen. We got 3 lives lost, as tragic as it is. For law enforcement to allow you to walk away, that's pretty telling as far as how this is going to play out. Yeah, you know what I mean? And they probably got video footage. I don't know. But to let you walk away to you, if they deem you didn't just delete it, folks. Now they see you as a threat to the community. That's what they'll say. You're a threat to the community. I can't have you out here. You got to be locked up until we process this. They say you can go home. Oh my goodness. You know what? We got to do better. I got a family member that went out like this. you know what I'm saying, brandishing weapons, running up on folks for no reason, lost his life. We share the same first name. It sucks. It hurts. It don't, but we can't keep moving wonky like this, man.
And more from that family at clickondetroit.com. Also at clickondetroit.com, there's a GoFundMe page for these families. Reporting live on Detroit's West Side, Eric Erickson.
So much to process in all of this and just agonizing for the families involved. Okay, Erica, thanks.
Good evening, I'm Ruth Barrage. A lot to get to on this day, but first, breaking news. The Wayne County prosecutor announcing no charges against a man who shot and killed 3 people at a Sunoco gas station on Detroit's West Side. Fox News' Jamie Sherrod is live in studio with the latest. Jamie.
Yeah, Ruth, that's right. They say the 22-year-old suspect in connection to that shooting will not be charged, and that's because officials say this was all a case of self-defense. According to police sources, this all happened around 3 a.m.
So this is the actual surveillance video. Y'all can see them. It started off as a hit and run, 3 o'clock in the morning. People out drunk. All right. And they come and pull in front of this red or orange car. And you see all 3 of these people hop out. Boom, 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 boom. So these are all the 3 people that got deleted. They all got out and walked. Even the woman, even this little girl, you know, because that's what she is. She all short and small. Look at her. She one of the first ones over there. And the dude opened his door. His door was open. They trying to pull him out the car. Now, here's the thing. The guy that they trying to pull out the car was not the pew-pewer. The pew-pewer was in the back seat. There's a bunch of people in the car. So at that point, they said they don't know what's going on. They fearing. They trying to pull one dude out the car, and the other dude got the pew-pewing and hit everybody.
Man. Well, here's the thing now. So it's my understanding, as far as the law is, you know, somebody trying to attack you before you use lethal force, you got to try to get away from it. They can make a strong argument they couldn't get away. We stuck in the car. They trying to pull him out. We stuck. And they are it is what it is. God dang it. What? There ain't no justice to be had, man. These kids was out moving wrong. And I'm going about that as if this is my kids, man. What are you gonna say? You can't justify this. Y'all done jumped out the car. It's over. It's over. Stupid, idiotic.
This all happened around 3 a.m. Sunday during an illegal drag racing meetup in Detroit. 2 vehicles collided. We're told one of them, with the 3 victims inside, waved a gun and chased the other vehicle, that vehicle there, the red one, carrying several others, to that gas station you see on your screen. The trio apparently got out and attacked the driver, and that is when a passenger in the suspect's vehicle allegedly used what we are told was a Draco pistol, firing at the 3 victims who later died. The pistol was registered to the shooter, and he is a CPL holder. Now, the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office saying in a statement, quote, under Michigan law, a person can use deadly force if they reasonably believe it is necessary to prevent imminent death or serious bodily harm to themselves or others. After a careful review of the facts and evidence, WCPO has determined that the warrant will be denied for insufficient evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the suspect did not act in lawful self-defense and in defense of others. Now, we did reach out to the parents of the victims, and understandably, they did not want to speak at.
So there you go. It's unfortunate, but not only can you protect yourself in the state of Michigan, you can protect the other people in the car. All right, which falls up under this. So we'll see what happens. It's unfortunate. He had a Draco, you know, a Draco style. It was probably one of them handheld little AKs, but it was legal and registered to him. Even at 22 years old, riding around, it was legal. It was what it was.
That's 7.62 round. You ain't surviving that close range. That's nasty business there. That's military grade at the least. Man, these kids probably weren't bad. Let's think of let's say they were good kids. This is something to show to the kids. One dumb mistake. Somebody said in the chat, this is spiritual warfare. Shout out to Reed Pink. One stupid mistake. A lot of us have been there. You out with your buddies, emotions get a little high. You think you know what I'm saying? You invincible? I know as a kid for sure why I thought I was dang near Wolverine. I did. You ain't. You're not at all. One mistake, no matter how good your grades is, no matter how much you stay out the law's way, one mistake like this can end your life.
And there you go. And according to what they said in the story, they said they were chasing them people, waving a firearm at them. So they must have not been such good kids, because I never did nothing like that, and I'm from the streets. So they chasing people down, waving firearms. So them people were scared. By the time y'all got out of the car, they like, y'all already been chasing us, allegedly, with a firearm. Who knows? So a lot.
Just don't chase folks. Don't do nothing that are like I used to have bouts of road rage. You got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Don't go. As soon as you start to pursue folks, you in the wrong. You in the wrong. The aggressor will always be prosecuted. Like, just please be smart.
At this time, reporting live in studio, Jamie Sherrod, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, devastating news for those families. The man who fired those shots was released from police custody early Wednesday. Authorities saying there simply is not enough evidence to prove that he was not acting in self-defense. The man who shot and killed Lester Owens and Trevor and Jasmine Sheeler at a gas station on the city's west side Sunday will not face charges. That news coming from Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy's office, which stated Wednesday, after a careful review of the facts and evidence, the Wayne County Prosecutor's office has determined that the warrant will be denied for insufficient evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the suspect did not act in lawful self-defense and in defense of others.
It's unfortunate. Here's the thing. It's only because it's us. Now, if them 3 black kids, if this was 3 white kids jumping out, be a different story. They'd be lock them up. But unfortunately, they're like, hey, 3 lives gone, some other people traumatized for life. We'll get them on something else, and who knows? Maybe we'll charge them later.
Something. Yeah, I was thinking the same exact thing, Mr. X. Some type of reckless endangerment. They're going to find where some of the rounds maybe hit the gas pump. They're going to get you right. I was thinking the same daggone thing. 100%.
And there you go. Ain't no excuse. We got to move better. At the end of the day, that's letting you know you can't just be hopping out on people. It just don't matter. So can't play the victim card. Y'all was in the wrong.
And I put some blame on the music that a lot of these kids listen to. That drill music frequency this ain't make-believe. We all been there. That music amplifies your emotions. Come on, man. Y'all waving the toolie out. Y'all, that's wild. You are invoking the Grim Reaper to your situation. Why would you do that? That drill music. Only thing that is drill music. And it's supposed to be a K where the DR is. That's what it is. They just start calling it drill music. And that's all they got on their mind. And look what has transpired. May they rest in peace. May we all move smarter.
Punch for the families of the deceased, including Lester Owens' father.
They premeditated everything before they got in their vehicle, what they were going to do. They were going to hit a car, get somebody to come out, and tell them to meet, and then shoot, because they already felt cocky because they ride around with 3 guns. You let murderers out to do it again. That murderers are not the victims. I'm the victim. Lester, my son, is the victim, and those 2 people that were killed are the victims.
The prosecutor's office says the 3 people killed were seen getting out of their car, opening the driver's door of another vehicle, and getting into a physical altercation with the driver. That's when the man in the rear of that car fired those fatal shots. Attorney Terry Johnson says Michigan law allows someone to use lethal force when they are in imminent fear of death or great bodily harm for themselves or someone else.
My concerns are someone getting out of a vehicle, going into another vehicle. Again, that's never a good thing, especially when there's been some sort of friction between the 2 parties beforehand.
That friction stemming from a crash on the road, a pursuit, and someone pointing a gun at the other car, and culminating in this confrontation at the gas station. Community Violence Intervention Group The People's Action says there were off-ramps on this road to tragedy, and it should serve as a lesson to everyone.
De-escalation skills. It was so many times where they could have stopped and said, you know what, it's not worth it, or we can go a different route.
Us as a community, we need to intervene more. I don't think that we should just always depend on law enforcement or extreme circumstance, extreme people to come intervene. We could do it, right? Let's hold ourselves accountable as a community.
The family of the brother and sister killed in that shooting declined an interview, as did the young man who pulled the trigger. I'm Randy Wembley, 7 News.
Man.
Hell!
So, yeah, this father here, like I say, heartbroken, but this is your son who was the driver. So he the one who pulled up. Like they say, good kid, 25 years old. Who knows? Somebody had a firearm. And then these other two, now this is the mom of the other two kids. Ain't no father. So this is the single mom. And her kids was the two brothers and sisters. That's that'll be in the photo. And she said they both got kids. So they brother and sister, they both get deleted and they both leave behind kids.
Oh.
Man.
That's that wicked ripple effect I'm always talking about. That's why we got to be smart. It ain't just us. You know, when I had my first kid, man, it changed your life forever. You find out you're not just responsible for yourself. And it's right. Mr. X pointed out the most likely single mom situation. Fathers make a huge difference. A huge difference. I'm subscribed to this father's page, and just the lessons and the stories they got. Fathers are the difference between your sons going out here, and for mainly your sons going out here and doing something dumb. Anytime my son leave, I tell him, do not do anything to dishonor this family. Nothing. And we talk about what that nut, don't do nothing stupid. Anything stupid going on, come on home. And you got to stay on top of that. You got to drill it into them. Shout out to Cousin Walker. You can't just tell them one time that stuff don't work. I don't know why. You got to stay on top. We got to stay on top of our babies because we can't keep turning up situations like this. Now all we can do is cry, complain, and have broken hearts. We all got to do better.
That's it. So rest in peace to those brothers and sisters. Shout out to Lee Turner. Been a member 5 months. Says hit the like button, ninjas.
Cost you nothing. Appreciate you, Brother Lee.
So like you said, it's heartbreaking for that family, but we ain't done. Since we're here on the drama and trauma, we're going to bring this story up that just happened like this weekend or a couple days ago as well. It's crazy.
Oh, boy.
The man accused of murdering a Chicago police officer and critically injuring another inside a hospital on Saturday faced a judge today. WGN's Angelica Sanchez was inside that courtroom where we learned new information about how he got a gun.
Well, Ben, health officials have said that they scanned the suspect for weapons at the hospital. Today in court, we learned the 26-year-old suspect waited until he was set to undergo a CT scan when he pulled out a weapon. According to the Tribune, the weapon was hidden under a blanket, and that's when he pointed the gun at officers. Elected leaders present inside the courthouse are calling for change to state law that they say led to this tragedy. It's been a painful 48 hours for members of the Chicago Police Department and their loved ones, once again faced with the loss of one of their own in the line of duty. On Saturday, Officer John Bartholomew, a 10-year veteran of the department, was killed. He was 38 years old. His family is asking for privacy.
This is a consequence of a failed system.
The man accused of murdering him was charged and identified Monday as 26-year-old Alfonso Talley. He was on pretrial release for a 2025 carjacking. He now faces a long list of charges, including first-degree murder and attempted murder first degree.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a young brother. Look at him, tattoos on his forehead and stuff. Wow. Clearly mental, right? And like they say, he had got locked up last year for carjacking. He got locked up and somehow they released him and put him on an ankle monitor. All right. He's on the ankle monitor, and about a month after they released him, all of a sudden, ankle monitor goes bleak. He cut it off. And now they can't find him. He on the lam for about a month or before this happened. So they've been searching for him because he cut his ankle monitor off. And he just been out terrorizing the streets. And yeah, which led him to getting arrested. And then once they arrested him, he said he swallowed some drug or something illegal. He said he swallowed something, so he need to go to the hospital. You know, he acting like he about to, pass out or something. So they took him to the hospital. And he get to the hospital, and then he say, he interacting wild. I need a CT scan. And the hospital stripped him of his clothes. Whole time, he got the hospital gown on, and he got a firearm up under it in the hospital. And don't nobody know. And like you said, the police in there, they followed him the whole time. All right. So they had to uncuff him from the bed to do the CT scan. And when they uncuffed him from the bed, it's like a movie. He just cuffed him up under his gown, pew and everybody, and ran out the hospital. As y'all can see, Yeah, that was a real time photo of him running down the street of the hospital here. So he got up out of there, and yeah, it's a lot.
He booty butt naked. Insanity. Where he get this toolie from? Are you in police custody and you got a toolie on you? And you know what this is gonna do? Listen here, there's gonna be a reaction to this. They already talking about that news reporter talking about ramping up hospital security. Hospital security is wild. Like it's so wild out here that you got to have security at the hospital where folks trying to get healed. My goodness. But sure, I forgot I was gonna say, oh yeah, they're gonna start making new laws. Oh, okay. Now guess what? You get caught, whatever, committing a crime, you got drug activity going on, you say you swallow something. Let's say it's true now. The blowed out ninja that cried wolf. Now they're gonna say nope, because of bylaw, this policy, that. Deal with it. Well, yeah, we'll see in lockup. If you start shaking, convulsing, and foaming at the mouth, then we'll take you to the hospital. That's what's about to happen because of this ninja him.
And there we go. And like you said, I never understood it, especially in the hood. Granted, I'm sure all people do it, but I don't know why people swallow stuff. I've had buddies back in the day. One of my buddies almost checked out prematurely from that. Yeah. Like Mr. Walker said, it was a real deal, though. He was in the backseat of the police car, foaming at the mouth, convulsing. Like he really ate more stuff that he should have. You know, think like you said, granted, if you're getting arrested, nah, man. I mean, yeah, I never crossed my mind like to start eating hardcore stuff. Granted, if it's still in the baggie, I've heard people say they've ate it and pooped it out. That is a thing. But you know, some folks will eat it with no baggie, no merc. All right. Yeah.
No. For one, stay away from activities, but that's a deletion sentence. Yeah, if it's I would have to imagine you have to have in like a more hardy, like like a balloon type apparatus. You know what I mean? But if you just got it in a little Ziploc baggie, your stomach acid gonna defeat that in no time flat. Now it's in your system. Now it's over. Just stay away from it. We shouldn't be having these conversations. Stay away from the madness.
This is a long list of charges, including first-degree murder and attempted murder first degree for critically injuring Bartholomew's 57-year-old partner, who we learned endured a gunshot wound to the face.
Officer Bartholomew would be alive today if his massively repeat offender of violent crime after violent crime were behind bars where he belonged. We have to change the law.
Elected leaders attended Talley's detention hearing and are calling for changes in the state's Safety Act.
Chicago has had enough.
Prosecutors allege Officer Bartholomew and his partner brought Talley to Endeavor Health Swedish Hospital after he was picked up for an alleged robbery earlier in the day at a Dollar Tree. They say he told police he ingested narcotics and needed medical attention. They say Talley waited until he was uncuffed for a CT scan to pull out a gun he had on him. He then opened fire at both officers. He was later found naked by police under a porch with the gun used in the shooting.
There's a reason why they had 6 officers around him, even in the courtroom right now.
In court, Talley did not respond to the judge when asked to confirm his name, and his public defender told the court the two have not had a chance to have a confidential conversation. She says he is requesting health care and clinical services, which the judge granted.
God forgive me, but I don't give a shit. He has already abused that sympathy, our empathy, and tried to kill 3 people if you count the nurse, as a result.
Well, 2 things is true. All right. So he told the judge he need a mental health evaluation. He can go forward. And the judge granted to him. By law, he must have, rolled it up. Law is law. Once you get to the courtroom, you're doing the paperwork. It is what it is. The judge can't treat you like you ain't a citizen. Because, like I said, if this was a YT man, they do it all the time. Say they insane and all this stuff. So it is what it is. He going through the process, trying to, get clinically diagnosed or whatever. But like I said, he was on the run. Then they found him at a Dollar General sticking the place up. So that's how he eventually got caught. And it's just been still wild.
Listen, the system is wild. It ain't about who's right, who's wrong. It's about who knows all the laws, who can prove things to their advantage. This is wild as heck. He done deleted good old law enforcement officers. And they gonna say, all right, you get your little mental health check. Ain't no daggone pot to go at the end of this mentally insane rainbow. My goodness. I got to do my Googles. What's the perks of going, just being locked up for the rest of your life or in jail, general population compared to the loony bin? You still going to be for the rest of your life. You ain't going nowhere. So I
would say ain't no loony bin. He's going to prison. He just trying to maybe avoid the D penalty.
Okay.
Y'all know T Money and them, they bringing back everything. Firing squads, the old fashioned injections, none of that new stuff. Yeah, they going real, they taking it back. So he trying to avoid harsher penalties.
Okay, that makes sense because I'm like, you still ain't never gonna see the light of day. That's a fact. Yeah, like Mr. X said, you didn't delete one of your own. I just saw a video where this sister deleted her baby daddy, and it was just a heinous scene. She got a max of 25 years. She tortured them. But this here, you deleted an officer.
Granted.
God forgive me, but I don't. Tried to kill 3 people if you count the nurse. As a result, at what point do we say no?
WGN Investigates uncovered Talley has a criminal background dating back to 2017. Prosecutors asked for Talley's detention following a 2025 carjacking. Judge John Like initially agreed, and then a few months later put Talley on electronic monitoring. That monitor stopped transmitting in March. A warrant was then issued. Those gathered say someone with Talley's criminal background should have never been released.
5 weeks, this kid was wandering the street. Who's looking for him? Find that out. He was on probation. Heads should need to be rolling for this. There's no accountability in people in this building.
Electronic monitoring is now handled by the Office of the Chief Judge. A spokesperson for the Chief Judge's office says they do not comment on pending cases. Meantime, Talley will be back in court tomorrow for the case involving a warrant for the electronic monitoring violation. He will also be back in court on April 30th for Saturday's fatal shooting to continue his detention hearing. He will be held in the interim, and we do expect to learn more details about the investigation, as that is when the proffer in this case is expected to be released. Live near 26 in California, Angelica Sanchez, WGN News.
Chicago. So there we go. And like you say, they're trying to figure out why was he out? Because the jails are full. It's just the bottom line. Too many prisoners, not enough places to lock them up a lot of times. So they will let them out. And they're going to start changing up that ankle monitor. They're going to start putting something up under y'all's skin. Going to go all that. Like, yeah, it's going to just probably the final days. This ninja, Pooh Shiesty, he did something while he had his ankle monitor. It ain't even a threat no more, folks. Like, it's jewelry.
I almost said that's fine, but it ain't fine. It's not fine. I'm not going to say that. You right on. They're going to be like, hey, let me see your arm. Clip. Look, you're going to think they hitting you with a shot of Ozempa. Nope, microchip. Good luck. Yeah, we here now. We are well into the age of nanotechnology. It's over. I'm not giving the indentured servant capture any legs to stand on. But look, these kind of happenings, they just gonna keep changing laws. You heard them. Laws need to be changed, and some things may be true. Shout out to Mr. X. Shout out to Charleston White. What they say, they're gonna start bring a new crime bill, and it's about to be heinous. It's about to be so strict. Remember the years of 25 years for stealing a candy bar? We're going back.
Police officer. His name was John Bartholomew. Today there was a solemn moment in Chicago as the officers gathered for a procession to the funeral home to honor this fallen police officer who was shot and killed at Swedish Hospital on Saturday. Alfonso Talley is now charged in the shooting. In court, it was revealed that he was accused of another violent crime earlier in that same day. Charlie Wojciechowski standing by with details about today's developments. Charlie.
Well, Marion, even though Talley did not speak at all during this hearing, we are learning a lot more about that day, what happened before the shooting at the hospital. We're also learning how Talley got the gun into the hospital. With their grief still fresh, the family of fallen Chicago police officer John Bartholomew came to 26th in California to better understand what happened at Swedish Hospital Saturday that claimed his life and severely injured another officer.
It's very bad. It's extremely grave. It's not good. It's going to take a miracle.
In court, the man charged with the shooting, Alfonso Talley, refused to answer questions and ignored the judge. Before the shooting, police say Talley pistol whipped a clerk at a dollar store. Officers tracked him.
Listen,
Hell!
he got all the telltale signs of insane. We ain't gonna sit here and play with it. Tattoos on his head, all his actions and behavior. And like you say, pew pew, 2 cops got them both in the head somehow. So yeah, the other one, they say ain't looking good. Like he's still here, but might not survive it. Like, yeah, that was wild.
Here we go. Like I said, it's over. No more hospital visit, going straight to the clink. The only way you are going to be able to see medical attention after you get jammed up for felony misdemeanor, it don't even matter. Like a felony misdemeanor, jaywalking, start shaking and foaming at the mouth. That's the only way they're going to believe it. Now, obviously, by that time, it's too late. So what can we all learn from this? Stay out the law's way or else. Yeah, this ninja's insane. Tell you that.
Pistol whipped a clerk at a dollar store. Officers tracked him using a GPS hidden in the money he allegedly stole.
It's a failed system. It's an absolutely failed system.
When he was
Hell!
Can't make this up. This dude they found the money that he stole from Dollar General because it was a GPS tracker inside the bank bag that he took. So he running with the money, and the whole time they tracking him because he got the GPS still on him. That's how they found him.
I would like to know.
This ain't real.
I would like to know what was going through his mind. Cause it appears he wasn't just being stagnant. It looked like he had a plan. I got some off the wall family members. I didn't heard some of their schemes. You'll be surprised. I wouldn't. He probably was all but convinced. Once he got that bag of money, he probably said, all right, next time I'm gonna go ahead, get me some clothes. I'm gonna hit the Greyhound. Next stop, Mexico. Yeah, that's exactly what he thought.
arrested. According to prosecutors, he said he ingested narcotics and was taken to the hospital. Just before going into a CT scan, he allegedly pulled the gun from under a blanket he was wearing and shot the 2 officers.
Because he told his arresting officers he needed health service, one officer is dead and the other one's fighting for his life.
Talley has been charged with murder, attempted murder, aggravated kidnapping, and aggravated battery.
Officer Bartholomew would be alive today if his massively repeat offender of violent crime after violent crime were behind bars where he belonged.
Supporters of the Bartholomew family are calling for changes to Illinois' Safety Act and the electronic monitoring provisions, especially...
Man, listen, 2 things is true, because we say this all the time. We are the people who live in the hood and got to raise our kids. We always talking about how y'all need to leave people in jail. Granted, the people who need to be in there, which ain't a large percentage, but, you know, the Fleece Johnsons, we done had these conversations too many times, but they will release people. And then when they go wrong for them, because he ain't get out and start deleting ninjas, now it's an issue.
There you go. I've said this before. Let's not get lost in a moment. Let's not let history repeat itself without us acknowledging it. I truly believe this is just another leg of MK Ultra and COINTELPRO. More of it. Like Mr. X said, think about it. The conquering Viking man is wicked in his endeavors. So you know what? Let's let them delete themselves. So, you know, we're going to come up with reasons. The jails is full. We're going to start releasing some of the more heinous ones out there and let nature take its course. But nature don't give a dang about nobody. And this is a result. Yes, these ninjas is heinous. Lock them up. Miss X is right. They probably thought he's going to go terrorize his community, which he probably did. But also a little terror bled on to y'all. Lock these ninjas up if they this crazy.
Comes to violent offenders.
No reasonable person breathing should think that it's okay to put an armed robber carjacker on an electronic monitor and send them on their merry way.
That's exactly right. His criminal history dates back at least until about 2017 by our check this morning. However, court records show he was most recently facing multiple carjacking related charges from May of 2025. That's the case that he is appearing in court for today. Those charges include aggravated vehicular hijacking with a firearm, all of this before Saturday's deadly shooting. Now, Officer John Bartholomew, a 38-year-old 10-year veteran of the Chicago Police Police Department was killed. A second officer remains critically injured. In court yesterday, prosecutors said Talley and another man pistol-whipped an employee at a Family Dollar in Albany Park before stealing money and merchandise Saturday morning. Police were able to track Talley using a GPS inside the stolen items, but they took him to the hospital once Talley told officers he had swallowed narcotics. Prosecutors say during their preparation for a CT scan, Talley pulled out a gun from underneath a blanket and opened fire. Talley then ran from the hospital, sparking a large manhunt before he was taken into custody nearby. Local aldermen are now questioning why Talley was allowed to be out on electronic monitoring while facing active charges.
It's flawed, it's broken, it needs to end. It needs to end immediately. Start holding these judges accountable for letting people out for no reason at all.
Federal authorities say a woman in Indiana by the name of Olivia Burgos is accused of illegally buying the gun believed to have been used in the shooting. This morning, questions still remain as to how Talley was able to have a gun in a restricted area of a hospital emergency room. However, our CBS News Chicago investigators found that Talley had been on electronic monitoring in a previous case, and court records show he was accused of violating that order multiple times before this weekend's deadly shooting.
They still didn't explain how he got it. It's registered to some woman, sound like some Becky he was sleeping with. All right, but we don't know. He had it. Somebody did a poor job of searching him. We don't know what it was. Was it something small? Don't know.
There you listen here. Listen, this ninja he off his rocker. He most likely boofed that toolie. We don't know how big it was. Shoot. He insane. Like if he had like a little 38, little 380, you know what I mean? A little Ruger boy LCP2, something just whoop. And now, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like they pat you down. He a big old blow that probably stanking. So they probably did a quick little pat and the gun all up in his John Brown hind parts. Yeah. Shoot, you crazy. You would do anything. And that's how it had to happen. Ain't no other way. Ain't no other way.
Not long after his release, his ankle monitor stopped transmitting.
5 weeks, this kid was wandering the street. Who's looking for him? Find that out. He was on probation. Head should need to be rolling for this. There's no accountability.
What is clear from publicly available information is that there was absolutely nothing in the law that prohibited the detention of Alphonso Talley while he was awaiting trial. Any statement to the contrary is manifestly false. A former Cook County State's attorney disagrees.
Enough is enough. This has to end. Now we have a dead police officer, Bartholomew, and another one clinging to life. How many more examples do we have to give? And I can give you dozens more. We don't have time, but I could, of terrible judgment by judges in this county.
Talley was ordered detained by a judge yesterday in connection to the officer's shot. He is now facing a long list of charges, including first-degree murder and attempted murder, along with that 2025 robbery and carjacking. Talley's mother told the Sun-Times that her son suffers from bipolar disorder. He is scheduled to be back in front of Judge Lake sometime.
Yeah!
Mama. They're going to bring mama out. Yeah, my baby bipolar. This is wicked work. Oh, brother, it's over. They about to be glad you're still alive. I'm surprised they took you in alive.
There you go. Same here. He ain't having a good time, I tell you that, at all. I'm pretty sure he being handled quite rough. But yeah, bipolar. And listen here, I swear for Lord, man, half of the women in my family diagnosed bipolar, schizo. Bipolar is extreme mood swings, am I right? Yes, I'm 100%. I done live with it. That ain't gonna make you do all that. That will have to be something else, Mama Bear. Bipolar ain't gonna be the judge. Oh, you know what? We didn't know he had extreme mood swings. We'll give him 15 years, 10 years probation. No, firing squad.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So we're gonna put this brother in the sub. It's the best place for you right now.
Lock him up.
The passengers of the doomed Titanic sub spent their last moments in total darkness looking for bioluminescent creatures out of the small window and listening to their favorite music. The new details of the 5 passengers' final moments have been revealed by the wife and mum of the father-son duo.
Wade in the water, diamond, wade in the water. Something's gonna trouble the water. You better wade in the water. Yeah, man. Hey!
Yeah, these instances like this don't just happen. There is a constant trend. I grew up with relatives like this. I got cousins and stuff doing fed time for heinous violent crimes. You start to see it by the age of 7, where you just start to see a trend, especially when they raised in single mom project environments, straight like that. Like these things don't just happen. We got to have less cowards as men in our community and start doing so with these individuals, man. Shout out to Farrakhan. Farrakhan heavy on making them go look at the flowers.
All that. So very unfortunate. And here we go. We're going to change pace a little bit. That's the beginning of the show. We are in trouble. Everything falling apart. We're going to bring y'all the truth tonight.
That's truth over lies, baby. Make sure y'all hit the like button.
And shout out to Postman. Been a member 6 months. Says sub action for the subpar. Salute to
Appreciate you, brother Postman. Shout out to Mailbox Sports.
Appreciate you, brother. So here we go. I'm going to pull this up. Shout out to this brother, Hassan Campbell, and Jim Jones. If y'all seen that Jim Jones just crashed out inside of Lowe's.
Lowe's. This manager decided to take upon himself to tell me what I've done wrong. So tell the people that you're mad that I found these locks for $78 because y'all put the wrong price. Y'all put the wrong price. You don't want to look at me now? You just had a lot to say. You don't have nothing to say? You're mad that I found. What's up, dog? How you feeling? They had the price under it, and we know that all stores, when you make a mistake and keep the items under the price, they have to honor it. You came over here while I was having a conversation with a nice black young lady and proceeded to say, oh, if we place our items anywhere, then that's the price, right? That's how you treat a customer at Lowe's? Are you the manager? You said you're the manager, right? So instead of de-escalating the situation, you added fuel to the fire. You didn't come over here with customer service. You came over here with bad service. Huh? Why? Because I'm a black man trying to do good things? Or what was it? Because I was talking to a black lady.
Hell!
Jim Jones. Jim Jones is going out bad in 2026. Shout out to 50. You know, a few months ago, he showed him being evicted from his studio. Now he's inside of Lowe's, maybe buying locks for that studio. Y'all remember he kicked the doors down. Nonetheless, he in here buying some locks. He said they was marked at $78, and now they trying to say they 100 or whatever. You know, you Jim Jones, you supposed to be balling. You made a whole song, and you in Lowe's arguing over 2 locks, $150. Huh? I don't know.
Come on with you, man. Come on. Yeah, I know, man. I used to work at Home Depot.
And I don't know how that worked. I ain't never tried to pull that off. Like, hey, this was over here. It said $10. I never tried to do it personally, but I don't.
That's what I'm getting to, Mr. X. I done worked at Home Depot. They one in the same. It is so easy to get your way in that store as far as price discrepancies. I watched this white woman walk in one time when we had our district manager in. She walked in with a metallic piece of rusty shrapnel. And she said, this came off my grill. I just got it. And the manager said, ma'am, because he wanted to save face. He said, go in and grab a new grill. And she grabbed one, they unchained it, and she walked out the store with it. Said, all right, you good, bye. It's just way too easy. So I truly believe for anybody, especially Jim Jones, going there and get this kind of friction for a little, maybe like a $15 price difference, you went in there all gung-ho and you ain't got to do that. Just act like you got some sense.
I mean, yeah, because the price is the price. It don't matter what shelf you picked it off or anything. Somebody could have moved it or what. But like you said, now if there's a whole section where they staged it and they did it, that's different. But if you allegedly see a couple boxes over here and they should be over there, once they scan it, that's just what it's going to be, whatever the scanner say. But it seems like some nonsense.
You hit the nail on the head. It got to be more examples. And then they will 100%, uphold that price. But yeah, like you said, Mr. X, you just got these 2. Good luck. You could try.
And shout out to Emmanuel, been a member 4 months. Jim is Nug Supreme.
Ballin'.
And Ham Dog says, ballin' and Zoom, my favorites. No slander, please.
Shout out to Ham Dog.
We here now. He doing this to himself.
Price under it, and we know that all stores, When you make a mistake and keep the items under the price, they have to honor it. You came over here while I was having a conversation with a nice black young lady and proceeded to say, oh, if we place our items anywhere, then that's the price, right? That's how you treat a customer at Lowe's? Are you the manager? You said you're the manager, right? So instead of de-escalating the situation, you added fuel to the fire. You didn't come over here with customer service. You came over here with bad service. Huh? Why? Because I'm a black man trying to do good things? Or what was it? Because I was talking to a black lady. Huh? You have nothing to say? Well, this is going right to Lowe's. Right to Lowe's. I hope that you got your job right. What's up, brother? How you feeling? What's going on? What's up, bro? How you feeling? Good. They trying to kick me out because they made the wrong price on their stuff. Yo, ask them. And the guy said, yes, it is $78.
This is Lowe's policy. We were refusing service.
Remember, you're going to be viral. You're going to be viral. I don't think Lowe's is going to like this. You see how they treat? You see how they treating us, Lowe's? You're going to be viral in the morning. Lowe's. This is how you manage it. This is how you manage your acts, Lowe's. My name is Joseph Jones.
What the sign
Joseph
say?
Jones.
Yeah, right? I got you. Yeah.
So that's what he told him. He told him, look,
Bro, you don't even have to explain nothing to them.
And then
The social media will explain it to them later. And this guy, they will know your name in seconds, bro. You're going to be so viral later for trying to cause this problem. You don't want to de-escalate. You're supposed to be the manager. I hope you have a job for your family in the morning. Now you disappeared because you called police. For what? For what?
Can you get someone behind here?
Hell! It ain't worth it, Jimmy. Like you say, this is granted. There are people that do this, normally old white women, honorary people. You can't be a self-proclaimed baller. You got an image to uphold. So just you doing this is egregious. Because I'm telling you, I wasn't even doing it. And I'm broke. So it don't make sense, Jimmy. You wilding.
What's the trade-off? Again, your time is supposed to be way more valuable than being here potentially for hours arguing over what can't be more than a $50 overall price difference, my man. What is all this vitriol for? It ain't got nothing to do with these honorary service folks. Yeah, he kind of honorary holding that sign up, but he might have a point. I want to see what the sign say, Jim. Yo, wow, you supposed to be balling. Show it. You're supposed to go in and start throwing hundreds. There you go. I expect every time they go and they just start throwing hundreds. They don't even get a receipt.
And the thing is, if y'all was listening, he said when he first walked into the store or when he was at the counter, he was dealing with a black woman. So that's the discrepancy. He was dealing with a black woman who was about to honor whatever he said was going on. But then I guess the manager was like, nah, we ain't doing that. So that's when it went up. Because one person was like, all right, we can do it. Let me get the manager over here to change the price. And when the manager came, said, we ain't changing nothing. This ninja gonna pay full price.
He got a point. Yeah, if that took place just like that, he got a heck of a leg to stand on. A heck, because the manager authorizes the discount, and I've seen it happen multiple times. He got a point, but still, maintaining your composure is key. That's why you're getting a non-desirable outcome, because he got a little sassy.
He was supposed to be run up 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but he came.
Well, right now, while we're here, can we get someone else to ring him up?
Now it's somebody else to ring him up. The manager just came out here and told me that I can't shop in here. He said I did something wrong.
Yeah, but Dave went to check the price.
It doesn't
to
matter.
verify.
The price was wrong. We had to give it to him in honor.
Okay, that's all I needed.
Oh, they're gonna be so viral tomorrow. The price is wrong. I'm right, and he made me felt like a criminal. He just where's the guy that was right here that just came out here and said this is our policy. This is what happens too much in America. You heard? Pardon me. And I don't like to have my phone out, but spooky when police come around, especially when we're innocent.
We're going to figure this out, all right?
You can figure it out, bro. I'm just doing what's allowed to do in America, my brother. Is yelling a crime?
No.
Okay then, bro. Like, just leave me alone. You wasn't done wrong. I was. My money's still up there.
Hell! Jim Jones, you going out sad. You wasn't done wrong. You ain't no damn victim. You Jim Jones, capo, the Koofy smacker. What we talking about? But nonetheless, the net of it, y'all see the black woman come back And they say, no, whoever that white dude was, I don't know who, he's on the phone. Oh, they got to honor it. And then she said, do they? He didn't have no badge or nothing. She just was like, all right. And she coming back to rescan it, and she going to give him the discount.
Maybe he was a little mentally delayed. You know, we had a rep like that where if you go buy something, you know, let's say you buy something for $1,000 and then, but it gets discontinued while you own it. In those stores, it goes from $1,000 to $1. And we had somebody get a gazebo and they came back and got damaged in the wind. It was their fault, but the store still will say, we'll give you, you know, your money back. We had a, you know, mental person working, and she was only trying to give him that $1. And then the management came and said, we can't give him $1 because that's wild. So they gave him, you know, some store credit. But yeah, shout out to Jim for getting the outcome, but maintain your composure. No need to yell. That ain't going to help you in the situation.
And shout out to Noodles Jefferson. Says with the 5-ball, Jim and Lowe's getting pressed by a second shift. Pathetic.
Bowling.
And shout out to Sister Repaint. Been a member 20 months. Says salute Gavin X Mr. Walker and the chat.
Salute to our pink sister.
And shout out to the brother Ham Dog. Says Jim really pulled out a camera dropping downs. Maybe I'm on 50 side.
Snitching.
Take my money. All right, bet. You don't want to come outside and talk to me, bro? You don't want to come outside and say you was wrong and apologize? Maybe I won't post it. You don't want to say I apologize? You don't want to turn around? You don't want to let the people know what you did, how you wronged me? You could have de-escalated the situation as a good manager and saved face for Lowe's. I come in here every week. What happened? You keep walking away. That's bad management skills. You have no customer service skills whatsoever. While being right and black in America, this shit crazy.
Can you just hit cancel on that, please? Or did you put your, okay, put your number. You can just hit cancel.
People call police on black people as if that's supposed to scare them. There's no.
Shout out to Mozzie. All right, Mozzie Jim Jones sidekick. Got that old ass diplomat jacket on. That's that old diplomat leather coat from the 2002 Get 'Em Daddy video. All right, shout out to Cameron and them. Dipset. Come on, brother.
Shout out to all the sidekicks. I ain't gonna call them a flunky. Sidekicks out there. Jim said, make sure you wear that diplomat's jacket. This a business expense. You gotta advertise. He said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That thing bigger than him, man. Ain't no way, heck. Diplomats. What's that, like a diplomat? That look like a daggone work coat. Is that high vis? He got on a reflective diplomat's coat.
Scared if there's crimes being committed. That's what us black people need to understand. We gotta stand down. These people be trying to do too much to us over nothing because they feel a type of way, because we allowed to do the things they're allowed to do. That's what America's here for. It's a freedom. It's a free country. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Now, I stand with Jim Jones, and I know a lot of y'all gonna hate me for this. I stand with Jim Jones 110%. I stand with Jim Jones 110% because Jim Jones was right. The customer is always right. And to treat your customer to the point to where that you call the police on them, to treat your customer to the point to where that you call the police on your customer is wow. I'm you know, it's crazy because I'm a street dude and I'm a celebrity also.
Relax.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
You a liar.
That's a lie. You actually ain't either. That's the crazy part. Nonetheless, I digress. All right. I mean, granted, Jim definitely was in the right, especially being a black brother. You're going into these big box stores. I mean, these people they making a lot of money. The Walmarts, the Home Depots, they need to treat people accordingly. So places like that, absolutely.
Yes. I don't agree with Jim 110%. That's saying he did everything perfectly plus some. He did not do everything perfectly. He was right by standing on his square and, making them honor that price as they said they would. Yes, no pushback there, but it's the demeanor. It's how you carry yourself. I promise you, I done had enough run-ins with the law to know when you just handle yourself a certain way, they treat you a certain way. He almost got into it with that cop because he was yelling. You see what I'm saying? They will get you on that. That's disturbing the peace or being a public nuisance. They got something attached to that. And now you up there, you right. They should have honored it, but now you keep yelling and being a disturbance. Now they got a charge on you. Maintain your composure and don't have a good situation turn into a bad one.
And shout out to Ham Dog. Says low vibration YNs are laughing at us. This is a big L.
Kinda. He was right though, Ham Dog. It's just he was, too emotional about it.
Right.
What if Jim Jones had had a burn on him to protect himself? What if Jim Jones had his gun on him to protect himself? We already know that he ain't supposed to have one legally. He's outside with one of a person, no security, going to Lowe's. And because there's a discrepancy over the price of a lock, the customer is always right. He calls the police on him. That could have led to Jim Jones going to jail. The crazy part about it is, because y'all don't see this. The crazy part about it is, if Jim Jones just going to buy that lock, if the police said to him, yo, let me pat frisk you real quick. Try to hit him with a little disorderly conduct because he was yelling.
Hell! We ain't doing this. Jim Jones got to hold himself accountable if that's the case. But here's the thing. He could have stayed in the car. Why do y'all want to be why is Jim Jones inside of Lowe's? For the gram, because he want to do TikToks, and y'all seen him inside the studio when they were building stuff. Oh, let me see the drill. Oh, and you want to go live. Look, don't look. I know how to put nails in. And you want to grab the camera so you can do a 60-second video and act like you're working. So he want to be in Lowe's. Look, I'm doing this. I'm in the store. I'm really in the thick of it. Nah, send your boy in there and you stay in the car.
But then, Mr. X, how is he going to engage in social media clout chasing? Huh? How is he going to go viral if he not here in the mix acting a fool? It's over. Like, there are no more jokes. Folks are really out here doing anything. They don't care about image. As long as they can get 100,000 views on the video, they going to do whatever. They don't care about reputation. It's wild to me. I don't agree with it, but yeah, how else is he going to engage in the social media madness? Got to.
That could have cost him a bid if he had something up under his shirt. But nevertheless, that man went to go buy something to improve his home or improve his business, to purchase goods. And you got a disgruntled employee in a manager's position. And I feel like there's only one thing for us to do. I think Jim Jones needs to give us the information to the Lowe's. And I think everybody, especially everybody because it doesn't matter whether you black or white, but everybody who's been in a situation where we've been mistreated, and a lot of us have been mistreated, we need to hit up that Lowe's and we need to demand that they take that job. He does not deserve a job. What, I got to put that in subtitles or something? If he can't serve we the people, because regardless of whether Jim Jones is a celebrity or not, we are all human and we all deserve to be served right. I guarantee you, he wouldn't have been treating a white person like that, and he damn sure wouldn't have been treating nobody like that from the Jewish community. So it is what it is. Shout out to Jim Jones for handling this situation in a proper fashion. And no, I'm not mad at him because he got a little bit upset and he yelling in the store a little bit, because he has a right to be agitated.
Huh?
In life, we all go through something. Now, you can either make it easier or you can make it worse. But being in a manager's position, other people that's in the store are coming along and they're basically trying to help Jim Jones while the manager's just running to the back and letting the police deal with it. And they're going to tell him, as a business, as Lowe's, you have a manager that's telling the customer that their money is no good in your store over a discrepancy, over a price tag. Nah, I ain't with that. It is what it is.
Yeah, we ain't with that.
Hell!
We ain't having that. This is the problem with the community. Too many grown-ass babies, like the Hassans and the Jim Jones. Y'all both up here with these gray beards. Y'all supposed to be the elders, leading the way. And y'all ain't. This is why people get on the way that y'all dress and how y'all look, because y'all behavior matches your appearance. And like you say, two things shouldn't be true in that instance. You can wear whatever you want if you carrying yourself a certain way and actually being productive, but y'all ain't. Y'all grown-ass children, and y'all make it bad for everybody.
He got a right to be upset. No, say what you want to say, Gynocratic Goon. He got a right to be overly emotional. He was done wrong. No, burden of a man. Be a man. When you remain calm, you show authority. You show emotional intelligence. You show stability, and you will be treated as such. You a grown man waving your phone around like a Karen. Y'all said it in the chat, and they like other men recognize that. They're like, you ain't who you putting on like you are. Something is amiss. You see what I'm saying? Him being overly emotional could have got him with disorderly conduct. Now what?
So for that, we're going to put these emotional ninjas in the pit.
Again.
Madness. Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
I get it. It's easier said than done. You know what I mean? It's easy. Your emotions, you can get angry internally, but keep it internal, man. You're not about to project your anxiety onto the person that's causing it. See that? That's what you gotta think about it. You yelling, they ain't about to get all upset like you. They don't care.
And like you say, that was it's a time and a place that could be, and that was not it. So yeah, if you was, like you say, in your house, getting your kitchen remodeled and you arguing with a contractor, like, you know what I mean? Y'all agreed on 20K and he talking about 40K. Yeah, you might raise your voice and there's going to be some art, but not over $20 in Lowe's. No.
Miss X just described home field advantage. Yeah, in your castle, your rules. Yeah, do whatever you want. But you in white man's department store, they got rules too.
Hell!
Nonetheless, here we are. We're going to keep it moving. We talking about broken systems. We are in trouble. We're going to go over this next subject and talk more about this Vlad. I guess everybody trying to expose Vlad. Started with Boozy, and now he getting into it with the brother Ari Spears.
Get him. Listen, I never been a fan of this Vlad individual. Get him, Boosie.
So here we go. As y'all know, him and Boozy are split ties. And now the thing happened is when him and Boozy split ties, they got the talking numbers on screen. That's something I say you don't ever do. I don't care if you work at McDonald's. I mean, maybe if you work something like that, y'all can try to unite and unionize. But when you're doing business as a business owner, not as no employee, business owners, because I do believe employees should know, look, we need to know what we're making and try to have a leverage. That's a different story. But as a businessman, you don't take, hey, Vlad was paying me $25,000. He paid, and now people like, hold on, paying you what? So you don't do that.
Never talking too much. We are definitely in the era of talking way too much. Folks got things to prove. It is freeing not having something to prove to folks. And that's what happens when you do.
Pays me to be on. And
he's probably mad that you said that because then everybody else wants to get paid.
No, he pays people.
Everybody? He pays.
Yeah, but we all get different pay. So people have said, yo, the most popular guest that Vlad has on, Lord Jamar, Tony Yayo, Godfrey, Boozy, and Aries. I'm the only one left. Godfrey stopped because of the beef with Farrakhan, as did Lord Jamar. Tony Yayo just doesn't do it anymore. And Boozy wanted a raise. Come to find out, Boozy wanted $35,000 an episode. Wow. He was getting $25,000.
Wow.
So I don't get nowhere near that. And, obviously it's based on the numbers because a lot of Boozy's clips are in the millions. Now, again, I've had a few clips in the millions, but a lot of my stuff, the full interview, probably ranges around $300,000 to $500,000. So I basically said to Vlad, I go, hey, listen, man, I'm not trying to rape you financially. I know I'm not going to ask you for what you gave Boozy. But, come on, man.
Break bread.
And he goes, well, your numbers don't generate what Boozy generate.
Yeah. Y'all going to the slave master and the colonizer. I need a raise, boss. Boss said, no, you ain't produce enough. Go pick some more cotton. Your harvest ain't big enough. So here we are. And look, everybody going to Vlad, he should not have this much control, but like everything else, the music industry, all this stuff, we think they ice is colder and give them too much power.
Thank you, Mr. X. And somebody like Aries with his self-righteous self, he should know that this Aries going asking for as much pay or some competitive as Boosie, that's the equivalent to the second string offensive guard talking about, hey, I know what you paid an all-star quarterback that's about to win Heisman. I know what you paying them. Let me get a little something. They're like, no, especially a mother sucker like Vlad. You know who and what he is. But you should be embarrassed. And it's wicked. That's terrible bargaining. I see what you pay him. Let me get more. That's weak as heck.
Especially when he went back to the drawing board and you looked at the numbers. Your numbers ain't doing boo. So if Vlad was giving you 2,500 or 3,000, 5,000, maybe even 10,000, who knows? But Boozy was getting 25. So your numbers, you said Boozy do millions and you might do 300,000. So you was being paid accordingly or not enough. Like you say, go do it on your own and see if you can make more money.
There we go. Bet on yourself. Shout out, amen, and blessings to anybody that bet on themselves. It's worth it. It's worth it. But keep on asking Massa for a raise.
And so I showed him a bunch of, people that quotes on YouTube and shit like that and on my phone. And one person said, hey, man, I only buy Vlad subscriptions when I know he's interviewing you. Once the interview's over, I cancel the subscription. Another guy said, hey, man, Aries is a beast. Pay him what you pay him other and blah, blah. So there's a bunch of these.
All right, man. We got the man himself in the hot seat today. Yeah. It looks like I had to step up to the interview spot, and now you're the interviewer. It looked like everybody else is on strike. Vlad, what is going on? Is the building burning? We have Boosie. He looked like, that's some tumultuous situation. Now, Aries Spears. Vlad, what's going on with you and the people that you have worked with for years on Vlad TV? You're not paying these guys enough, man. What's going on?
Yeah, well, once again, similar to the Boosie situation, with the Aries Spears situation, I was going to keep quiet about this. But Aries decided to drop a video about it, so I'm going to go ahead and tell the whole story.
No, you're not a colleague. You're a fucking colonizer.
Here we go. So one thing about Vlad gonna go up here and do something else you shouldn't do in business. What Vlad is a horrible businessman, what we learning. They've been up here talking numbers, and now he gonna start getting into some of this personal stuff, that you shouldn't talk about either. Stuff that y'all talk about behind the scenes and stuff that y'all do off camera. Vlad is foul.
Here we go. This is why my judgment is the way it is. I know what I'm seeing and smelling. And see the antics of this colonizer. But here we go. We are in the age of clicks, views, engagement, and rage bait. Oh, he about to go viral. Oh, you know what? Since we want to talk about it, let's talk about it. But views skyrocket. They don't care. They don't care. But we're going to see what the fallout is.
Man. And shout out to our brother TJ over at Through the Fire podcast. says Vlad is the face of black exploitation enterprises, and these lack of discernment males want to be angry about being exploited for the culture.
Shout out to brother TJ. I knew you was gonna come in with that science. Daggone right. Facts.
Yeah! There we go.
Why do you think?
What do you mean?
Why do you think it's public?
I don't know, man. People want to make things public. People want to take, personal business conversations and make them public. And I've learned over time, it's better to address it head on as opposed to letting someone else run with the narrative. I learned that from you, actually.
Well, I like how the fact that I think you're the only one properly monetizing the response. So, you know what I mean? But go ahead. What's going on with Aries Spears? I've seen the Boosie situation. I want to update on that as well. His interview is out.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the update on the latest in the Vlad TV financial office.
Okay, so with Aries Spears, we started doing interviews around 2016. And I thought Aries was extremely funny. He was witty. He had great impressions. And I just thought he was a talented dude. So we started doing interviews. And in the beginning, it was a little bit slow. And over time, it started to work out. The views went up. People got to know us. And the audience started to increase. Now, the thing about Aries, though, is that Aries would always have issues with things that are going on. So at one point...
Business-wise or just culturally?
Business-wise.
Okay.
Business-wise. So a few years ago, Aries called me and he was like, yo, man, I can't get any acting gigs because of these clips of me talking about people. Now, it's my fault he can't get acting gigs. It's not because maybe he's not a great actor or maybe he hasn't done a major movie in 30 years since Jerry Maguire. It's my fault that he's not getting acting gigs.
Hell! Foul. Yeah, that's why, quit thinking people y'all friends. Business is business. All right, if you letting too much grow up with people or anything like that, you just met somebody within the last year or a couple years, quit confiding in people, man. Go get a damn therapist for that. But yeah, quit trusting in people like, oh, these are my best of friends, and they will burn you.
Very feminine. That's very feminine behavior. This, if you ask me, this is why back in the day when a man offended another man, that's why I went to fisticuffs. That's more masculine than sitting there saying, oh, so I'm just about to spill the tea on but that's what they doing. Feminine behavior. No, ain't no need. You exit the nail on the head. Don't you ever. This is wicked. You're supposed to be able to confide in your brother, but that ain't your brother, Aries. Yeah, he quite the daggone opposite, you fool. Yeah, in this instance, shoot, Vlad acting like Vlad's supposed to act. This is his culture.
So I said, I'm not removing anything. He wanted all the clips removed. I said, I'm not going to remove anything.
What year was this?
Oh man, maybe about 4 years ago or so, something like that. And, at one point, he stopped talking to me, stopped working. Then at one point he came back and we started doing more work together. My staff would always complain that Aries was disrespectful to them.
Really?
He would show up. At one point he forgot his towel, right? You see his towel on his leg sometimes because, he sweats a lot because he's kind of overweight. And, he forgot his towel and he's like, yo, I need a towel. And, Leo, my video manager, is like, well, here's some paper towels. Like, no, I need a cloth towel. So he made Leo go and run to the store and bring him back a cloth towel. At one point, Aries was complaining because he needed a makeup artist. I mean, literally the only person I've ever interviewed that needs a makeup artist every interview. Every interview. But I'm like, that's cool.
Wait, he needs a makeup artist every interview?
Every interview.
Oh.
Every interview. So there's a makeup artist. Shout out to my girl Candace who comes early to do his makeup. And then he does the show. And I'm like, that's fine. I'll cover the cost. It is.
Man.
No, you're not a colleague. You're a fucking colonizer.
Man, colonized y'all. So now he got all your dirt, and y'all probably know very little about him. Don't even know how old he is, but he got all this dirt, and he gonna expose. Unfortunately, hopefully we learn. Hopefully we are learning.
That's wicked. Poor Aries, brother Aries. He's a bit visually challenged. Like say blowed out, sweating, probably a little hypertense. Pathetic. How dare you? Very feminine. Hey, I need a towel. I forgot my towel. Man, I want to yell. Grow up. Again, shout out to athletics. Like, poor preparation is going to produce poor performance. And at the age of whatever he is, 50 plus, zero excuse. There are supposed to be, stepping stones as we mature. Things that you should never, ever do again. And you out here, oh, I need a towel, I need makeup. Grow up. Be a man. You ain't supposed. What you need? You need makeup, ninja. You need like you Aries Spears need makeup.
Cost. It is what it is. So the show continues. We're doing our thing. And, I like the back and forth that me and him have. And the thing about Aries is that he lives 10 minutes away from my LA studio.
He pays me.
Correct.
He pays me a nice 5 figures. Yeah. So if my choice is either stay home on a Tuesday and do nothing and earn nothing, or go sit down for an hour and a half and walk away with 5 figures where I could not make anything, what am I gonna do?
No, I agree.
I'm gonna make the money and I get to check him.
And I let him run with the story, but that was a lie.
Oh, man.
He was not getting 5 digits.
It's typical hip hop. You got to say you got a color TV when everyone got black and white.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. He was making $4,000 an episode.
Okay.
Right. 4,000.
Still pretty good. I do
still,
want to put it out
pretty
there.
good. Still pretty good. And here's the interesting part as we get into the Boosie part. He's doing it pretty much every month.
Okay.
Right. So you talk about Boosie,
probably every other month.
Every 6 months at this point, he's doing shit every month.
Okay.
So really he's kind of making Boosie money, but it's just, more often. So that's how much he's really getting. And he was.
Hell! Yeah, Vlad is Jedi mind effing y'all. He like a damn plantation owner. This is how they was talking to people when they talked them into sharecropping. And granted, some folks had no choice because they couldn't go nowhere, but they tried to lay it out as this awesome deal. He gonna say, you're making boozy money. The thing is, you just got to work probably 6 to 7 times as much. That's all. Just work 6 times as much and you can get the same results. So, you was paying him $4,000 a month, about $50,000 a year. And that's a little small job for Aries. He like, I go over there and he ain't got to go nowhere. Like you say, right down the street. But he said 10,000. Vlad said, I ain't paying him no 5 figures.
5 figures, minimum 10 wax. So Vlad is saying he overinflated by more than 100%. And here's the thing. I hear y'all, Vlad could be capping. Listen here, his ethnicity, his culture when it comes to dollars, twos, and fews, I don't think he capping here. I don't think he telling the truth. And here we go. Aries ain't gonna remain quiet about this. He cannot, he shan't not. So if Aries can prove that he was making 5 figures, he will. He'll pull up straight up receipts. He'll post cash apps, whatever he can. Until he do, I believe it. I believe it was used and abused.
And shout out to Evie. Says the governor of Glaze has entered the chat assemble.
You're late. You're real late.
Just raised up. So then the Boosie situation happens, right? Boosie goes on live, says, oh.
You use the black community when you need us, and you play the black card when you in some black dussy. Vlad, you are a coward, a narcissist, and a hypocrite. You said to me in my face on multiple occasions that we are friends. Apparently, Vlad decided to do an interview where he's taking shots at me and throwing me under the bus.
Fuck is you talking about?
You are a 50-something-year-old man because some YT man that looked you in the face and told you we friends because you making him money. Yeah, I would have said the same thing. Yeah, we friends. All that. Let's keep this going. He was using you. So if you him in that position and knowing the history of those folks, they'll tell you anything.
That's what compromising your soul and integrity for some twos and fews. It ain't worth it. Get a job. I swear for Lord, I swear before I ever compromise who I am, I'll go clean garbage cans. It's somewhere. It don't matter. This ain't worth because now look, in the heat of it, when he was getting that 4 wax every month, you shoot. Vlad was paying for his living. And you know what I mean? That was all good. You was joyous in the moment, but look how it always plays out. The chicken's always gonna come home to roost, and they roosting, baby.
And that's the thing. So you sold your intellectual property over, and Vlad owns it forever. And that's the problem. They start pocket watching, and some of these people start doing YouTube themselves and start, chat GPT, and they're like, hold on, you done made this, and I done made that. So that's part of it as well, but Vlad's taking all the risk, it's his platform. He got to put it out and whatever the case. Y'all don't have to go over there. Produce your own stuff and bear the same fruit.
There you go. Shout out to the chat. Supposedly, I guess they say, I ain't never see if he got a podcast or show. They say he do, and it's terrible. I believe it. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. Shout out to the entertainers out here that, have big gigs, no hate, but some of them, they don't have no personality and they outlooks on life be wild.
Let me just say for the record, Vlad, you are a coward, a narcissist, and a hypocrite. Because I didn't even really watch the whole video, because what turned me off immediately was he started out by saying, we're not friends. You said to me in my face on multiple occasions that we are friends. But now all of a sudden, because I asked you for a bump in pay and that pissed you off, we're not friends. So which is it? I want a little bit of bump in pay because I know my value. You once had Lord Jamar, Godfrey, Tony Yayo, Boozy, and me. All of which many times people said were your best guests. Who's the only one left? Me. Godfrey left, Jamar left, Yayo left, and Boozy left. I'm the last one standing. Watch the show because of you. Yo, I subscribe to his channel. The moment your interview's over, I unsubscribe. There's value in that. You're mad at me because I'm recognizing my worth, and I told you I wanted to be fair. I wasn't even saying pay me what you pay Boozy, because I get it. Asking you to be a little bit fair. Because what you do is you want to be seen so badly, doing what you do best, which is stay behind the camera. 2 times you asked to come to my shows. One, I forget where it was in LA. I think it was Oxnard or Brea or whatever. And then the other one at the Nova Theater. Both times I gave you free tickets. And you said to me both times, yo, shout me out, shout me out. Because it's so important for you to have the attention on yourself. And I didn't shout you out because I knew that. That was my moment. That was my time. When I'm on your show, it's both our time. Then here's the other thing. You went and talked about my podcast partner, Andy Steinberg, who you befriended. Both times you came to my show. Now all of a sudden you talking about him? Make that make sense. Want to boost your numbers? Who do you always go to? The black community. So whether you are using us to help your platform, and I'll be real, we help each other. And I've said that. I've never disrespected you. I've never talked crazy about you. I just simply said I want my worth. But you use the black community when you need us, and you play the black card when you in some black dussy.
Man, listen here, Aaron.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts.
Yeah, we are not going to bat for Ari Spears right now. Like he said, why you keep surrounding yourself around YT men? All your best friends and all you out here, and they doing you dirty. And we ain't coming to your rescue because you've been a flagrant yourself. So Ari don't be standing on business. And plus that skit, y'all remember that skit he did with Tiffany Haddish them years ago with them kids, which was absolutely egregious and unforgivable.
Oh my goodness, I forgot to brought up extremely or extraordinarily cringe. But this is business. Again, come on, I was raised by a single mom. Single mom syndrome, what we call it. I don't care if he had a pop. He acting like he didn't. We was friends. This is business. Business ain't no, what do you mean friends? Like, you don't even know this dude. Like Miss X said, you didn't grow up with him. Y'all don't have a deep history. Y'all wasn't eating cereal with the Cad Merc at all. Ain't no friends. First you say, all right, I thought we was friends. But then when Vlad asked you to say his name on stage, you say you wouldn't do it. That ain't very friendly. See that? Gynocratic hypocrisy. Which one is it, Ninja?
That part. And that's something we get confused in our community a lot of times. There's a thin line between friends and business. And he, like I said, he was confusing it. Like, oh, this dude paying me a couple $1,000 a month. We done ate dinner before. He cool. I done been over his place, whatever. No, it's business. So those are business dinners and business outings when you go into his house. I bet y'all are always talking business. Y'all are not friends. If you was friends, you will be doing the show for free. And he will be coming to your show for free. And you know what I mean? Whatever the case. But no, this is a business relationship, and we need to learn how to identify the difference.
Amen. You know what? Seeing all the stuff y'all saying in the chat about Mad TV, Miss X brought up that heinous video. It appears that Ari Spears has gone through every humiliation ritual there is. Dresses, kissing, all types of stuff. Unfortunate for the brother. Shoot.
Man. And shout out to EV. He says, isn't Felice Johnson trying to smash? I don't know. Damn, dog. Is a 5150 punch a thing?
is a 50.
People forgot about that as well, where he was fighting up there on Corey's show. So yeah, Ari was the original crash out up on the 5150, and they stumped him out up there. That's how Corey was having so much restraint with Anton, because they done already been down that road with this ninja, and they put hands and foots on him.
God.
And he sued him. So he ended up suing Corey and won some bread.
Another ninja moment. that's embarrassing. We got to do better. This is embarrassing. It has a reflection on all of us. I had no idea. I got to process that. God.
And shout out to Faces Come Through. There's finally caught alive. Shout out to the dynamic duo.
Appreciate you, brother. Good to see you, man.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
And Evie says, Ari sounds like a whole baby mama, my worth.
For once, Evie, you're correct.
So for that, we're going to put all these ninjas in the pit.
There you go.
Man.
Madness.
Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things get brighter.
Yeah, Leon King. Yeah, Mad TV. They got last drip drops up out of Aries. Put on the dress, do this, do that. They had it all up out of them. Poor brother, do not compromise your integrity and your soul for twos and fews. There is a better way.
Okay, yes, there is. So shout out to Aries. Yeah, a lot of y'all didn't know about that 5150 incident, but yeah, that was a thing. They try to scrub it from the internet, but people remember who seen it live.
Oh man, who got that video? Anybody got that same video? Send it to the email. I would like to see that guy. But it's embarrassing. These successful men, Aries, successful, something's there. Mr. 5150, Anton, and ninjas is fighting on camera. We got to do better.
So here we go. We're gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna pull this next subject up. This woman. If y'all caught the Regal Rumble this past Saturday, we talked about this. But now I see she has came out, and I think she done made a video, another one since.
Uh-oh. Is she doubling down? Huh? Or she sorry?
So I'm gonna pull this up first. I'm gonna pull this video up for everybody who's subscribed over at the Cart Before the Horse channel. I'm gonna pull this up, and just for y'all reminder.
The amount of times that I will always and forever say that I fucking hate n***ers. Oh my god, I fucking hate n***ers. Like, I hate y'all. Like, I don't. Oh, we were slaves this entire. I don't give a. But like, for a reason, you guys were slaves. You guys don't know anything better than the skill. Like, oh my god. Like, I was literally eating food with my friend. He had his, oh my god, like, I don't know, por Dios, por gracias de Dios, I had my wallet next to me, like my whole purse, and those, like, that literal.
All right, so I'm gonna stop her.
I baptize you in the name of Jesus. Lord. Have your way, Lord. Have your way, Lord. Have your way, Lord.
Yeah, I think y'all get the picture. That woman. So the Houston police officer that's been going viral.
What was my prediction? She trying to get fired, because ain't no way she thought.
Well, she's been fired. She has since been fired.
Yep.
We documented that. But now she's come back out. Now she bringing her presence back to social media.
I want to see what she got to say. Is she standing on 10? She's standing 10 toes down, all them N words. That was so egregious. Get the hate out y'all heart.
Man. And shout out to Petty Sama, come through gifting 10 channel memberships.
Petty Sama coming through the only way he know how with them 10 memberships, and we appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, brother.
Come on, just bring it. I need you to stand up while y'all not moving. Come on. Don't make me push. Don't make me push. Thank you, sir. There go money. She touching you. Where they get that money? Where they get that money? I can see money from a long way.
Elder Gregory Kelly,
That's right. Come on.
$100.
Everybody get something in your hand. Come on and put it right here.
Elder Petty Sama, 10 memberships. Appreciate you.
So here we are. Hit the like button.
Hey guys, I wanted to come on here and just formally apologize for my last few videos. They were nasty, and I think the reason why I posted them was because I think there are some insecurities in me and some self-hate or something, but my membership got revoked, and I was told not to go back to work, so it's
Hell! She says she's sorry.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts.
So here we are. The racist Hispanic police made her apology video after her rant went viral about hating black people. And now she up here wants y'all to accept her apology.
It's not enough. It's just not enough. You are looking way too comfortable in the depths of sorrow. We need to see it. We need to feel it. Your apology video should not be suitable for social media. I'm talking about knees down and broken glass, flogging yourself. Atone. Show it. I don't see no tears, no smudge mascara. You up here got a filter on. Nope. Try again. We need pain.
That's it. So, like I said, gotta be some real atonement. Maybe 3 weeks in the hot box, like Broomhilda. All right, something.
Yeah, how long she been in there, Mr. X? All damn day.
I've learned that I can't let those things like take over, because it's not okay and it's just not pretty and it's nasty. And I just feel really bad. I just feel really bad that I was just mentioned and it's just so toxic, and I'm just so sorry about that. That is, as you can see, that's not my content. That wasn't my content back then. And I don't know, I just feel really bad, and I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I'm just I think I just need to go to therapy, and I need to go to church, and I just need some like self-reflection, honestly, because that was just so nasty. But anyway, I just wanted to formally apologize and say I'm so sorry if I hurt your feelings. I just need to work on myself, and I can't let.
Fuck is you talking about?
Here we go. She ain't even crying. She's sweating. And she coming up here trying to appear as a YT woman. She really don't want it. She thinks she's not Hispanic. All right. But she thinks she's a Becky. You ain't. You are Maria. You must understand.
It's getting weaker and weaker, not harder and harder. She said, I'm sorry if I offended you. Man, that is not an apology. I'm sorry. Not if, you know for sure right on there was an offense made. You see what I mean? The if nullifies everything. There is no if. It's for sure. You know it's an offense. You done got fired and everything. Weak as water. Try again, though. We still here.
That self-hatred just like be reflected. So, anyway, I hope y'all can forgive me and just get over that nasty post. I deleted it, obviously. Like, I don't think it's okay for it to be roaming around and spread negativity. And I'm just really ashamed and embarrassed of how the negativity just spread. So I'm really sorry, and I don't think I deserve a platform like this, honestly. So if you want to unfollow me, if you want to, I don't know. Anyway, bye.
So there we go. Maria Quisha, she done messed around and found out. That's all. This is how it should go. Like, I don't know why you apologize, and it is what it is. You felt that way. Just own it and find a new career.
That sounded like some rebellious teenager in high school making a weak apology, so they don't get suspended for the school dance or some crap. Sorry if I offended you. If you want to unfollow me, you can. And, I just wish this wouldn't get spread around like this. She is sorry. She's very much sorry. She's sorry that there's consequences. She don't give a dang about nobody's feelings or no offense, but the consequences that she's sorry for, she don't want that. That's what it looks like.
That's it. So she'll be serving nachos at Taco Bell, or maybe you'll serve pancakes at Cracker Barrel or something, but not a police or anything of power.
There you go. Shout out to that sister in Texas that's gonna hold her to with the cowboy hat. Yeah, go ahead and go on to the Cracker Barrel. that's where you want to be.
And shout out to EV, says Glaze Galaxy accepts her apology from the back shot. And shout out to No Contendo, says, remember when Unc Ruckus was a cop? The Boondocks.
But of course.
So here we go. We're going to put her back in the pit and keep it moving.
No cheeks for you, Evie.
Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Weak apology. Atonement starts with showing sorrow. Yeah, don't be up here. Apologies, that's weak as heck. Show sorrow. Let us see it. And see nothing there. Pathetic.
So here we go. We're going to keep it moving. Shout out to the brother Isaiah Factor. They are over here still having this conversation.
Get him, Isaiah.
She's been stripped of her police powers after the release of an alleged video of her repeatedly using the N-word. But beyond the badge, this incident, truth that few people want to tackle, talk about, even address, the unspoken tensions between the Black and Latino communities. It's a long-standing issue that people have been bringing up behind closed doors.
And I'm like very pro-Latina, but like being pro-Latina is like calling out in our community, and our community can be very anti-Black.
The tension between the Black and Latino community needs to stop. And we need to be the generation to stop it.
And we have multiple questions. What is really driving the wedge between these two groups? How do we fix this? And is this our America? This is more than just about her. This is a problem that we have in America when it comes to the Black and brown divide. So let's begin with you guys, and I want to hear your honest opinion. Do you think this is an issue?
Oh, it's absolutely an issue. I mean, I saw it when I was on the HISD school board, where you had the Latino board members and one ally with them literally fire illegally the Black superintendent. And so it doesn't seem like there's colorism everywhere, but nobody wants to be worse than Black people. And the funny thing is, everyone gets their civil rights because Black people fight for them, but everybody wants to be better than Black people. And you can tell with the video that she sent to her friends, that her friends, I guess except for the one who shared it, are okay with it. She was comfortable talking about it.
Hair! So here we go. They got King Auntie back up here. All right, she looked like she trying to stand on business tonight. Then we got a couple guys, look like some Hispanic brothers. Let's see what they got to say.
There we go. Yeah, this makes no sense to me. Hispanics and, I don't know what are FBAs, African Americans. I'm scared to say it. There ain't no correlation. Shout out to Ebony Dean. How's there beef? Well, what's the problem? What's the friction? What did one side do to the other and vice versa? What is it? I needs to know.
And you see it now because I think that Trump has just made it okay for people to show their racism. And in this particular instance, it's anti-Blackism. And she doesn't need to have any power. She doesn't need to have a badge. She doesn't need to be the police because she's prejudiced against Black people. And somebody like that is dangerous to us. We literally could end up being on the street dead. So I'm glad they stripped her of her powers. She doesn't ever need to be law enforcement anywhere in the United States or in Texas.
All right, Ivan, let's hear from you. Your thoughts about this. First of all, do you acknowledge there is a problem?
There is definitely a problem, but let me be clear. Making this entire thing about Latino versus black is totally wrong. This is about the MAGA mindset versus the minority community. I looked at her voting history, and she's a Trump supporter. I mean, are we surprised what's going on here? A couple of years ago...
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
Let's just slow down. We ain't about to blame everything on T-Money. Just like y'all ain't gonna blame everything on C-19 and some of this stuff to mask things. Like I said, some of these issues been going on a long time. So especially out in California and on the West Coast, much worse. So here's what it is. Don't know how or where it started, but it ain't got nothing to do with T-Money. She been thinking like that.
There you go. You know, what could it be? You know, could it be that she one side thinks the other one is more cultured? It's very odd. Like, why you got beef? Latinos and black folks. We all make delicious foods. I think wouldn't be no better, shout out to Ebony D, coalition than, you know, Latinos and us black folks. But here we are. It ain't happening.
Well, yeah. Well, listen, they fight ain't our fight. They don't resonate with us. Most of these folks will come to this country and identify with the caucus man before us. They look down, like you say, not at all. Even the poorest of Latino folks don't like black. I don't know if y'all ever dealt with them, even like contracting different stuff. They are very snooty. They act like they above, and they might not have anything. So, yeah.
How dare they be snooty? Come on, Javier. Y'all better stop ridiculous ego, pride, hubris. Let's see what Ivan Sanchez has to say.
I think it's that simple, though.
A couple of years ago.
Really quick, I don't think it's that simple. I think you have an individual who grew up in the Hispanic community, and she clearly was comfortable in saying that before she became affiliated with a political group.
Well, they're all coming out of the shadows. Let me give you an example. I was one of the only brown kids in my football team with all black and white football players. My heart was broken after graduation in 06. I'll fast forward to 2015, 2016. They're all just ranting the most racist shit on Facebook.
We apologize for that. We don't
Sorry
say the
about
S word. Once again, we apologize.
My bad. But look, I have my high school reunion, my 20-year high school reunion coming up, and I'm just going to be very blunt. People have empowered me to use my voice to speak truth to power, and I'm going to confront these folks. They were hiding their hatred for a very long time, so it comes from stemming from their parents giving them this hatred. So there might be a divide because we're not perfect, but we have a lot of work to do.
All right, no more S words, no more F words.
You a liar.
And that's a lie. Stop it. Maybe white folk, granted. Like I said, everybody got a bone to pick with them, but you're not going to act like black folks were trying to oppress you. We don't do that. We would have been more welcoming, if anything. The Latino kid on the team, like you said, might have been some jokes. Everybody get joked on, but you wasn't an outcast. You probably fit in more than not.
Yeah, Sanchez, I ain't feeling you, dog. You're up there getting glassy-eyed. You're getting emotional. You know, relax. Like, get some daggone therapy. It ain't just melanated, folks. He up here tweaking. Yeah, I remember high school graduation and all this hate came out. Like Mr. X said, ain't nobody safe. We all getting joked and cracked on, man. Ain't no way around it. High school, college, and the workplace. Don't be emotional. Not a ninja.
And shout out to No Contendo. Said she'll be on the Fox News network with Waters and Ingram.
See what you did there, No Contendo.
And Ham Dog says, can we bring up the sister smoking the cigarette? I like her.
Yeah, shout out to that sister.
And Sister Ebony Dean been a member 6 months. See how they blame us?
We see, sister. We watching, we observing.
Man.
Yeah. But let's continue this conversation, Tom.
I have another S word that's more appropriate. It's self-hate and the need to be a model minority. I agree with what both of these, Jolanda and Ivan said. Yes, it's people wanting to be better than black people, but we have a lot of minorities that want to assimilate and be accepted by the majority society in a majority culture, and they'll do anything to distance themselves from the others. I'm not like this person, I'm not like that group, and that creates the division. We want to show that, oh, I'm better than the black person, I'm better than the Hispanic person, when, like Jolanda said, rights for minorities came from black struggle and from black civil rights. So a lot of us are fighting the same battles, but we're not realizing that we're on the same team to fight racism. You know what I mean? It's going to take all of us coming together, Hispanic, Asian, black, white, to fight racism.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
This is the problem. We are not all fighting the same battle. We are all fighting a battle, but it's not the same battle. I will say that, because at the end of the day, they got a whole country to go back to. We don't. We have a history here in this country, all right? And a debt that's owed. They fight ain't our fight. Grant, like I said, do they have some type of fight? Maybe, but it ain't with us and it ain't our fight.
Now you making it make sense for a crack baby like me. There you go. Like our fight, we are aliens in our own homeland. This is our land, but laws, policies, treatment by the dominant race, we are aliens. Their fight could never be our fight. And it does not benefit them to help us, to aid in us getting our old reparations, which we've been trying to get forever. So they're not going to do it. I concur.
And until we stop trying to be that model minority, and until we stop trying to be better than the others, we'll continue to be at odds with each other, and we'll get nothing accomplished.
All right, Dennis, let's hear from you. What are your thoughts?
I mean, my issue with this is Hispanics, who use the N-word feel like they have the right to use the N-word, right? And I think that that's the wrong mindset. There's two versions of it, right? There's the way that this, lady was speaking on her.
What we see there appears to be pure hate.
Exactly. And then there's the way I'm not gonna lie to you, the way I grew up was I'm literally one of 3 Mexicans around a bunch of black friends playing sports. I didn't see an issue saying the N-word because my black friends didn't see an issue with me saying the N-word, right? And I tell this story all the time. I stopped saying it in 2009 after my second child. My second child, both of my kids are both half black, and I had to realize, like, I have to be the one to change it. My black friends weren't telling me to stop saying it. I have to be the one to change it because I have to also teach my kids that whoever is going to use this word.
There we go. It's a good example. This is why we must stand on business. Shout out to Sister Ebony. And, not only hold each other accountable, be careful who we let into the cookout and exactly what they're allowed to do at the cookout. All right, you can bring some ice and maybe the plates, and you sit there and we'll instruct you, but you can never try to fit in as one of us. And we always had a hard time with that going back to colonial times, unfortunately. But like he said, I was dropping N-bombs. I grew up around black folks. Nobody ever said anything. I've seen white folks and all type of people do this. Y'all seen it on the internet. People, hey, y'all chimping out and all kind of stuff they be saying. And it's like, I don't know what. Yeah, we got to teach our kids. That's the thing, the younger generation. Because the more we get away from our roots, they will let anything slide.
There you, Mr. X, you hit the nail on the head, brother. You cooking this evening. Daggone right. Something else we got to be proactive about. Those insults and comments deeply rooted in our destruction that, as history has shown. Chimping out? I don't wish a ninja might. Yeah, that was never a thing. Like I said, I've seen Caucasian folks saying the N-word on the internet around they folks. I never experienced it in person because I never walked like that. I never really used the N-word freely. Matter of fact, I made it a point. I never use it around Caucasian folks because I need you to not think it's okay for you. Yeah, I wouldn't. Nope. College, absolutely not. And when I worked at a place, I had a white dude try me. He actually said it. He said, "You don't say the N-word at all." I swear to goodness, man. I didn't know we're in the lunchroom. I said, "I don't." Says it's insulting. And then it's a long story. He went on to say he used to say it, and it got a little colorful. But yeah, absolutely not.
Is ignorant, right? And I think that it starts there because it's a level of ignorance as a Hispanic growing up that you don't know. You don't understand that this term is so hateful and holds so much weight to it that you have to learn that on your own and say, okay, now I need to stop this.
And really quick, though, I don't want to get just caught up on the N-word. That's an easy conversation. In the last 30 seconds before we go to break, have you seen or experienced hate of black people by other Hispanics? That's what we're talking about.
And this was going to go into what I was going to say is my family, right? My family they're all from Houston. They're all from Texas.
Let's hold
they
you
were
there because we want you to finish that story. That sounds juicy.
My family used to have very hateful ways in speaking about black people as I was growing up, right? And as a child, I didn't see, that this was right or wrong. I just saw, okay, this is kind of how my family speaks when they're speaking about, this race or whatever.
You see what I'm saying? This is deep.
Yeah.
This is deep. And he telling the truth, though. The truth ain't hurt nobody but a liar. So he's saying my family, they pretty racist towards blacks. But then he grew up, maybe first generation, growing up around blacks, friends with blacks, saying the N-word. He's saying right now he got black baby mamas. His kids is half black. But he rooted in some racist Mexican folks. So, where do his spirit really lie? You can never trust him.
I hear you, Mr. X. I better safe than sorry. With that being said, little bit of hope here. There, I bring hope into the room that a fair amount of this hateful racism and bigotry will fade out with these older generations as they fade out of existence. You know what I mean? They try to pass down hate to their son. I experienced it in college, but this more modern generation, they are not seeing what their hateful parents and grandparents are trying to tell them. They're like, I hear what you said about Jamal, but I'm experiencing something different. See what I'm saying? You said Jamal ain't worth a dang and this and that, but shoot, Jamal, he gave me the shirt off his back. He helped me at the playground, almost got jumped. They ain't what you said they is, Pawpaw.
Man. And shout out to the good brother E.V. Ray. He said, sorry, but tethers have no rights to fight.
No tethers?
So as I started getting older, I started realizing like this ain't right. It got to the point that it made me so uncomfortable that I wouldn't even allow my black friends to come to my house because I never knew what my family would say at that point, right? But as I got older, again, I'm the first person to bring a black woman into the household and say, hey, this is who I'm with. I had to start checking things as they're being said. Mm-hmm. I'm at a party. I don't want to be at a family party worrying about what my family's going to say out of line, out of pocket. And now I have to stand up for not only, the woman that I'm with at the time, but my kids. Like you're not about to disrespect any of them in saying what you're saying at this point.
Was there any rhyme or reason for this hate that your family has?
So looking at my family and then also a couple other Hispanic families that I've grown up with, I think that in Texas, in Houston, there's an issue of Hispanics being what I would call whitewashed, thinking that they're not as bad as black people. They're on the same level as white people. Wow. But in reality, certain white people will look at both everybody sitting here on this panel today and be like, I don't like any of you, right? So I think it's a very whitewashed mentality that a lot of older Hispanics have.
And they call that cultural assimilation. Your thought?
Well, listen, not really true. I would say shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson. I don't think there's really anything inherently wrong with it. It's just when people start turning it into hatred and all that. But every race on the planet is in a fight for resources and power. That is a fact. It's just that our culture, especially here in America, it don't dawn on us. We are too open-armed and welcoming, not knowing that when these immigrants come here, they are competing directly with us, and they know that. We don't know. So we in the whole race and don't know, and they done, your mark, get set, go. They done took off running. We still standing at the starting line, not knowing we in the race.
Shout out to the propaganda. Shout out to the powers that be. Even in his explanation, he said, some Latinos think that they are not as bad as black folks. Not as bad. You see that? Black is associated with bad. That ain't even a reach. He couldn't say on the same level. You see, it's so like to Mr. X point, you can't trust him. Something is still there. There's no way I'm going to word it like that. And I got black kids, black woman, not as bad as black folks. No, we're not on the same level. And the data and AI shows it. Y'all, some of these Hispanics really be registering as Caucasian. That don't eat away at your soul at all. You got rhythm in your spine. You want to be a Viking conquering person. That's weird.
It's Yolanda, in hearing the honesty that Dennis has.
Well, so first of all, I agree with Dennis. I mean, everybody is like, yeah, you can sleep with a black person, but don't bring them home to marry him. Don't have no kids with him. Don't do any of that. We don't want that. You're the black sheep of the family. Like literally, I have plenty of friends who are Hispanic who have chosen to be with black people, and their families have literally disowned them. And even within the Hispanic community, there's colorism. They treat the darker skinned Hispanics worse than they treat the lighter skinned because everybody thinks white is right. And it's a problem. And black people, as God would have us, are darker than everybody. So if you go around the world, I experienced it when I lived in Spain. They treated Africans really poorly. They treated gypsies really poorly, who were dark skinned. So around the world, everyone treats black people like they are evil. And the really crazy thing about us as black people is we always welcome everybody. We always try to bring everybody along with us. And nobody wants to be us. Everybody wants to culturally appropriate. They want big lips. They want big bottoms. They want to have everything like us. But they don't want to be us. Man. And Trump has made it okay. So these people, this isn't something that's new. They've always been anti-black. But with Trump being president, and if he can be anti-black, then they think they can. And I'm really thankful, really, for it, because there's nothing like thinking somebody really appreciates your humanity, and then this time shows you that they don't. So there are a lot of friends that I had in high school. I went to a mostly white high school.
Let's just stop.
Yeah.
We got to stop with the Trump, all that, the derangement syndrome. Like, granted, I mean, do that put battery in some people back? Maybe. But these issues have been here for hundreds of years before y'all even knew who Trump was. And they will be here 100 years from now when Trump is long gone. So you can't use him as the excuse.
Yeah, stop with that, please. That T-Money don't freaking care. It is what it is. It's learned hatred. Ain't got nothing to do with T-Money derangement. It is what it is. Ain't nothing different from the Viking man having his hatred and bigotry. Latinos just can't damage us as much as the Viking man did. That's all. Like Mr. X said, this is a race for everybody. Racism. Every race is trying to climb for the top. Socioeconomics, legacy, all that. It's what it looks like. It ain't cute. It ain't safe.
Man, we got a super chat.
Money. Shout out to the brother Stuntman Kareem. We appreciate you, brother. Says, what up, Kangs? I grew up in Inglewood, California in the late 80s and mostly Black City. And as my generation sold their grandma's house for an Escalade, I watched the city turn majority Hispanic, shaking my head. What a quote. Grandma's house for an Escalade.
Yeah, I be seeing it going on right now. Like the Hispanics, they will come. I'm sure all y'all see it. It's not anything unique to us. It's going on all over the country, but I've seen it like you said, driving in the neighborhood and stuff. They'll move in. They'll all move into the house, 15, 20 deep. And the women are always home with the kids. And the women that don't get kids or maybe do, they work. But it's always at least one or two. You stay home. But some of the women work as well. I watched a man and a woman flip a whole damn house damn near by themselves. They was in there for about a couple weeks. All right. They doing siding. The woman doing drywall. She climbing on the roof. And she was a little portly, a little torta, but she was out there working. It was what it was.
A hearty torta. They have on that roof. Man, we see that I admire. They don't mind sacrificing. You're not about to tell Bonquisha Nug Nug to go in this dang near abandoned house, sleep in sleeping bags in one room and fix it up as they go. No, but the Hispanic, some of them, they will do it. Salute to that level of sacrifice. We need to get back to that. Stop selling grandma's house.
Well, here's the thing. The reason they got that level of sacrifice, two things is true. Shout out to Sister Ebony Dean. We made it so easy for them. So we done went through 400 years and all the bull job so that now they can just come into the country and just be able to capitalize in this capitalistic place. They ain't got to come here and start picking cotton and live on the damn plantation and figure it out. Hell no, they get to come here after we done laid the groundwork.
And this sister right here touched on that. They come over here and they are enjoying the civil rights that we fought and perished for. There you go. No respect.
And they're coming here willingly. Let's get down to student.
Appreciate you, Leon King and the Leia. He simply says he's white.
Money, 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 money.
Shout out to our freedom fighting sister, Ebony Dean. Always good to see you, sister. She says, know your history, family. I wish an immigrant would ever try to make me feel less than. You check these people at the door. Always remind them how they were able to be in this country in the first place. Shout out to FBA. Daggone right, sister.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
There you go.
Appreciate. Shout out to the brother Beans. Uncle Beans, good to see you, Ninja.
Shout out to Beans in the chat.
Shout out to Stuntman Kareem. Says, also, I have countless stories of black friends moving to East LA and hate crimes will come knocking at the door. Wicked work. I wish they might not. Knocking at the door?
Wicked. So here we are. Ain't done.
I'm not friends with most of them because they say stuff that's just unacceptable, and I check them because every time I see anti-blackism, I go at it like a heat-seeking missile, because if I remain silent and there's somebody around who doesn't have an opinion and I don't say anything, then they'll think it's okay.
Yeah.
And I need to check it.
All right. And Ivan, I've been watching you through the process. You're being villainized here, or some of your people, what?
No, it's time to rip off the scab. I heard what Dennis said. In the family barbecues, it does happen. In the family gatherings, just little comments here and there. But I will say it in advance, in a professional level, I've worked for all black elected officials. And when I'm sent to these
Almost sound like I got all black friends. Some of your people, what?
No, it's time to rip off the scab. I heard what Dennis said. In the family barbecues, it does happen. In the family gatherings, just little comments here and there.
Fuck is you talking about?
Look at him. How? That's why I said you can't trust him. He didn't say it used to happen. I remember. No, he says it does happen currently. If we have a family barbecue or get together, those same people that I grew up around are still an influence to my children. They are still around. I still got a fellowship with these people. I didn't separate myself from my family. That's what they saying. He go back to the cookout. He said, yeah, they still make the comments every once in a while. It's no big deal to him because he grew up around it. But it's probably extremely offensive stuff that they are saying. And you don't think that's getting into his subconscious?
See, why are you guys making derogatory comments about another culture? I don't know about y'all. I kind of do. We all ninjas. I'd have been to many cookouts, couple pig roasts with my southern folks, and never has a conversation popped up about another ethnic group. I swear, I'm trying to remember. Like Miss X said, if anything, you know that you got some, white neighbor down the street, Hispanic, they will make it a point after they get some liquor in them. Go over there. Hey, come on over here. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. You are invited. Never said nothing bad. What's wrong with y'all? Huh? What's wrong with you non-ninjas? You non-ninjas is crazy.
But I will say it in advance, in a professional level, I've worked for all black elected officials. And when I'm sent to these other organizations...
sound like I got all black friends.
No. I'm not going to do that. But hey, look at my record. I worked for 11 years for Sheila Jackson Lee, for Yolanda Jones. And when I go to some of these places, it has been insinuated that I'm already betraying the Latino community. Oh, wow. So it is embedded. And it's time to rip off the scab and get better.
And so in the last time we have here, guys, how do you see us bridging the gap, trying to work this out, if at all?
Like Dennis said, you have to check people. When people have racist views, you have to check them. Jolanda would do it, but I think it's better when it comes from somebody in the community. Because a lot of times, they're just complaining. They always, like the young lady said, they just talk about slavery all the time. But when it comes from somebody from your community, I think it holds more weight. So if people of other colors can check anti-black racism, it would do a lot of good in knowing it's not accepted, because when we do it, we're complaining. But when they do it and call it out, it might be respected a little more.
All right, Dennis, let's hear from you. What do you think the solution is?
The other thing I would say is allow us to be an ally, right? I think that because racial tensions are so high in certain...
Stop. Ain't nothing stopping y'all. Your allyship is going to come in the work. Show us. Do something. Just like I sat here and say, we see these Mexicans that can fix these houses, go into the hood, start fixing up stuff for free. You see what I'm saying? He said, well, allow us to be an ally. How do you be an ally? Indentured servant. Start at the bottom. Show us. Do some work.
Key word in doing that work. Sacrifice. Sacrifice something. Time or resources. There you go. Straight like that. That's the only way you're going to do it. Daggone right. Show us. Be the change you want to see. That's how it all starts. Be the change you want to see. I'm so tired of folks up here with their hypocrisy. Like, oh, I want to be. Do it. Start actively being a part of the positive change. Plain and simple. And show us receipts.
That's all. Being an ally is not us transferring our wealth into y'all pockets. That is not an ally. But you can show us, show us better than you can tell us.
Sacrifice.
Rooms in certain areas, it does feel like, oh, you're just you're saying that, right? You don't mean what you're saying. You're trying to stand up for black people and your black friends, but you don't really necessarily mean that. Nah, man, I genuinely mean it. Allow me to be an ally.
Got it. Any closing? We've got 20 seconds.
I was just saying that, I tell anyone who's with somebody black, I hope that you love your children and your grandchildren for their humanity. And you better start checking people who are anti-black, because if you have one drop of black blood, your babies and grandbabies are black. So you better start fighting for them. I know you're not going to allow people to treat people that you love like second-class citizens, and that's how people treat us.
All right. We want to thank you guys for a great and honest conversation. We appreciate you here on The Factor.
Yes, they ain't going to do that one drop. Don't start doing that, Bonquisha. And one thing you don't know about the Conquering folks, they disown you. Hell, one got to keep it moving. Take your drop and go with the ninjas and figure it out.
Or they're going to hand you a piece of paper. It's going to have 3 options, especially if you got a complexion like a Mariah Carey. And say, which one do you closely, relate to? Choose wisely. There you go. One drop. Shout out to Mr. X. I don't know if that's exactly true. That one drop, if they can pass visually as white, that's what it's going to be. I don't know. There's a conversation to have. Shout out to this brother, Isaiah. Start having, folks come up here that are, mixed and that can pass as white and have that conversation, code switching and stuff like that. That's a deep conversation.
There we go. Until then, we're going to put these ninjas in the sub.
Yes, for sure.
The passengers of the doomed Titanic sub spent their last moments in total darkness looking for bioluminescent creatures out of the small window and listening to their favorite music. The new details of the 5 passengers' final moments have been revealed by the wife and mum of the father-son duo.
Wade in the water, wade in the water, diamond wade in the water. Something's gonna trouble the water. You better wade in the water.
Yeah, man, we got to stop being so inviting to a fault, because I experienced that in college. If you were of a different race, you were invited to the all black parties on campus, but you be black and show up to an all white party. Yep. The cops is coming to escort you away 100% of the time.
Man. So here we go, folks. We talking about everything is falling apart. Here's the truth. We're in trouble.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers.
We're going to bring Umar out for some solutions.
Save us, Umar.
Hit the like button.
Self-hatred. Our self-hatred is at the heart and soul of why we cannot come together.
Mm-hmm.
Black people are in pursuit of a life of whiteness. The average Negro wants a world surrounded by white people where he is accepted by those white people. See, that black people's problem ain't freedom. It's not equality. It's not justice. It's acceptance by white people. That's what we want. If most black people could change their race, most of them will become white overnight.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
What?
You a liar.
That's a lie. Not at all, Umar. We want white folks to leave us the hell alone and cut the check.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
If they cut the check, we won't give a damn about that. We really don't care right now. But there is a debt owed, so we just can't forget about that. So in the meantime, if they cut the check, I promise you, Umar, what you saying couldn't be further from the truth. All right, you speaking about maybe the bourgeoisies, granted, a very small percentage. I ain't gonna say they don't exist at any percentage, but the majority of us just want our check and we're gonna go our own way.
Most of them will become white overnight.
The enemy right now are people of color. I made one slip up. I made one word a slip up. I might have made many slip ups.
I want you to prove that I'm a racist.
Black people come up the highway and they kill neighbors. The time they impregnate a young white girl before they leave. The enemy.
I don't know what's going on here. I ain't gonna lie, it's a blind reaction. I don't know what Umar I don't know the context of this. So I may fast forward it because this dude.
Yeah, golly, yeah, he just going on a tangent. The enemy right now are people of color. Sweet Jesus.
Right now are people
is we want to believe other people care about us. It's actually it has taken on the form of a mental illness. So-called diversity, so-called inclusion, so-called multiculturalism, so-called integration. It is a mental illness for Black people. We go out of our way to make people feel comfortable around us so they will accept us. You know, as one elder said here in Philadelphia, who's a scholar, she said, we don't have a racial ego. Dr. Hazard is her name. She said, we don't have a racial ego. Everybody else, they rally around their culture. They rally around their racial identity, not Black people. All that was switched out for us and replaced with religious and fraternal loyalties.
Oh my God, that is absolutely true. And I got to make sure that I shout out Talib Atunde, man. The Fred Hampton Gun Club. Definitely appreciate you, bro. Just want to make sure because he's that's your guy. And that's my
shout out to Minister Talib. That's my brother. Shout out to the Fred Hampton Gun Club.
Yeah, that's definitely my.
All right, Umar. I don't know where you're going with this. Like I said, Umar, he has issues with certain people. There's no need for you to come up here and project that amongst all of us. You tripping. Like you said, you might have an issue with the whoever, the Roland Martins and the Don Lemons and them. Granted, you be beefing with folks, but nah, don't start saying like, oh, y'all want to be close to white folks and this and that. No.
Absolutely not. You know, and I ain't got no shade, you know, towards my what do they call it? The daggone corporate brother. Because that's kind of who you hinting at too. Not John, the Lemons and the Morton, they wild. Yeah, them is straight up coons. If you ask me, they wild. But the corporate brother that you know grew up always looking to obtain his piece of the American dream. I don't doubt you for falling to that wicked system. I get it. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, the boule in them, let them be. The vast majority of us, especially a country ninja like me, give me a daggone clean water source, couple acres, a shed, a fishing pole, and leave me alone.
Guy. So I got 3 names for you. And I just want your thoughts. Roland Martin.
Donald Trump. Party flunky. Roland Martin is not a conscious guy. He's an opportunist. And we have a lot of those types. Roland Martin is only as good as the Democratic Party allows him to be. He is a soldier for the Black bourgeoisie. He is not a grassroots soldier. You saw that during that conversation that he and I had on this show. You've seen it in other situations where he needed to take a stand on certain things and he didn't do it because it wasn't viewed as something progressive in the eyes of the Democratic Party. He is a Democratic Party operative. That's what he is.
How many lashes does he get? Shout out to No Emotion.
I don't even know what I would give him, but he's not somebody I care for. I have no respect for the man. He's a coon and a flunky and a Black bourgeoisie.
Hell! So Umar up here acting like he this must be early in the morning before he do whatever he do to get his energy up. All right, he said, how many lashes he get? Y'all know Umar, but you get 10 lashes Like he'll start issuing out lashes for all you ninjas that he don't like.
Yeah, huh? We know the allegations. Y'all saying he ain't have his little Nort yet. Yeah, let him get a little bit of Nort allegations. Yeah, then he gonna tell you exactly how many lashes. Wicked work. But see, Dr. Moore can be on point at times. We know his reputation is tainted like a mother sucker, but he on to something. Yo, give Umar his credit right now in the chat. Say good job, Umar.
Okay, Donald Trump.
Racist, white supremacist, but he's honest. You know, the honest racists, I have to respect them somewhat because at least you're honest. You're not trying to mislead my people. You're not trying to lie to my people. You're not trying to use the psychological technique of the white liberal or the Democrat. You're just going to come out with the truth. The same holds true for many of the Republican presidents. You know, they can be honest because their election doesn't depend on the black vote. That's why they're honest. The Democratic Party, their election can sometimes depend on the black vote. And as a result of that, they have to mislead black people about what their true intentions are. And that's why President Biden is going out of his way to naturalize so many immigrants in this country as American citizens. That is being done to help reduce the Democratic Party's dependency on the black vote during election day. The Democratic Party is tired of being branded the party of black America. They don't like it. It isolates them from other ethnic groups that hate black people. It isolates them from middle of the road conservative Democrats, and it isolates them from liberal Republicans. So they're trying to reduce their dependency on the black vote as much as possible. And that's why President Biden has that 8 million citizen pathway to citizenship. It's somewhere between 4 and 8 million illegal immigrants and immigrants that he wants to turn into American citizens.
Okay. It really bothers me when people say black and.
That's that pathology again. That's that pathology of wanting not to stand out. It's that pathology of trying to make it look like you have friends, you have supporters. We have to understand something. Truth is a very, very bitter pill for people to swallow. Any kind of truth about your life. You know, somebody comes and tell you your wife is cheating on you, or somebody comes and tell you that your best friend stole from you. You know, somebody come and tell you that your boss is going to fire you, even though you helped them build the company. Truth is a very bitter pill to swallow. Some people take their lives when they find out about truth. Some people go crazy. When you see all these mass shootings and people killing their kids and murdering suicides and killed his wife, then killed himself, or she killed her husband and killed the kids, a lot of that is centered around people finally acknowledging a very painful truth that they don't think they can survive.
So answer me this, Umar. What the hell you gonna do when you find out the school ain't never gonna open? When you find out that hard truth, you gonna go postal? What you gonna do? You gonna snap? We don't know.
I had touched on what Umar just said about those 8 million legal immigrants. I touched on that on, I think, A Truth Over Lies. That's how we got it with this whole Somalian influx. The Somalians, that was all Kalama and Biden and them. They wanted them votes. They only welcomed them folks in and gave them all them resources for votes, nothing else. And once they got out the way, they didn't care what happened with them. And here we are today. Scams and scheming running rampant, and folks is getting mass deportation. And the Democrats could not care any of the less because their plan didn't work. They're like, Dad, we import 8 million and still couldn't get into the White House. So, all right, whatever. Do what y'all gonna do with them. They failed us. Don't just pawns. Appreciate you, brother Frederick Howard, always coming through. Says a question was asked. Do you want love or understanding? Think now the problem starts with misunderstanding. Yes, sir. Shout out to you. I like to say that most issues in relationships come from misunderstandings. Appreciate you, brother Ham Dog. Says, can we fail Umar? Fail him? I think I like him, but I'd be frustrated. He all right sometimes. No.
Well, here we go. Hit the like button.
And Black America is exactly in that very predicament. You know, telling Black people you don't have no friends, telling Black people the government is through and over with doing anything for you, that the worst mistake you Negroes made was worship Barack Obama instead of making him deliver anything to you. By doing that for 8 years, celebrating a man who never celebrated you, gave white power 8 years to refuel, reorganize.
Umar, we trying to let you go, but the hypocrisy is oozing through your damn pores. Granted, like you said, you said Obama was there for 8 years and gave y'all nothing. Umar, you've been trying to get this school open for 15 years and gave people nothing. And you want them to keep looking up to you and keep listening to you and keep believing you. All right. That's why it's pure hypocrisy.
And this is where Umar continues to lose credibility. The hypocrisy and no self-reflection. Got to get rid of that ego, doctor, teacher, professor, principal, Umar. Come on, brother. So get rid of the ego. You are losing.
Reprioritize, and everything we're going through now is a direct reflection and result of Black America's failure to make Barack Obama produce any results for them, while in our very faces, he stripped us of all our civil rights and rolled them on over to the homosexuals, the Latinos, and the immigrants. That is our fault. It is not Barack Obama's fault. To his credit, he never said he would do anything for Black people, and he never did anything for Black people. We projected onto him this messianic complex that our great-grandchildren are still going to be suffering the aftershock of. That was a disgrace. I'm the only major scholar in this country who publicly disagreed with Black America's celebration and even election of Barack Obama. Why? Because when you look at the ascendancy of elected Black officials to public office, the Black constituency always ends up worse off. You can hardly find a Black elected official who left Black people in a better position after office than before office. You have a few. Harold Washington in Chicago would be an exception. Our good brother who was the mayor in Detroit for
Coleman Young.
Give me that again.
Coleman Young.
Coleman Young would be an exception. Yeah. You had a few of them. Maynard Jackson in Atlanta might be an exception. You had a few, but you can't count more than 5. You can't count more than 5 who left Black people in a better position after they left office than when they came in it. So why would Barack Obama be any less why would he be any less consistent than those who preceded him? You know, and
Umar, he keeps stressing this major scholar. So I had to look into it. All right, what is a major scholar? Is an individual who has attained a mastery in a specific academic discipline or field of study through extensive research, advanced education, usually a doctorate, and publication of original works. So you don't necessarily have to go to school to be a major scholar. We could be major scholars, just all the work we put in. So nonetheless, he throws that around like I'm the only major scholar who speaks on this stuff. But Umar, just stop, because we don't even know what school you went to.
There you go. Yeah, well, I wonder what degrees does Umar have? You know, I'm gonna look that up, Mr. Master Scholar. All you need is a master's. I'd have thought to be considered a scholar, you didn't have to have a doctorate or something, write a whole dissertation. You know,
oh no, it says not a master, attained a mastery in a specific academic discipline. See what I'm saying? Don't really
a mastery. I'm gonna look it up. What's a
something? You done master some type of a specific academic discipline. You done master.
I think that's to be a master's degree. Mastery, master. D student. Umar.
If he sit up here and practice this madness for 10,000 hours, he'll say he mastered it.
I think
so whatever it is, whatever specific field, like he say, childhood, this, and that, he'll make up something and say, I done mastered it.
You know,
now, he does have degrees. That part is true, but as far as being a major scholar, that's why he throws that around, because he thinks he has more knowledge than the average person in specific fields.
And listen, I'm all for us as melanated people, you know, standing on our business, letting it be known, you know, the different certifications that we have, the masteries. But there's a way to go about it and not sound like you some self-indulgent prick, man. Like it really pays to be humble. Being humble again does not mean dimming your light. It is, I don't know what to call it. It's a social skill, if you ask me. Being humble. What is more charming than a humble champion? Nothing.
And my thing is this: even if he was going to give Obama a pass, You don't let the world know that. You don't tell people all he has to do is be black. We literally were all over the news saying all he has to do is be black. He don't have to deliver nothing to us. And as a result of that, every major index of black progress in this country dropped under the Obama administration. Mass incarceration went up. Homelessness went up. Our share of America's wealth went down. Education gains went down. So when black people tell me we benefited from Obama being in the White House, I have yet to get any hard evidence from anybody. It's all psychological, and it's all religious, and it's all emotional. And you don't make political decisions based off of emotion. Black people had better wake up and smell the coffee. If we do not do the three things that we are all allergic to as a people, and we're the only people who are allergic to those things, and that is organize, come together, mobilize, do something, and institutionalize. Build your own institutions and services that your people need. If you notice, our conversations never involve organization, mobilization, or institutionalization. There's always some empty rhetoric. It's always waiting on a white man to give us something like reparations. It always involves some other group or God. It always involves intervention from the outside. The next time you hear a black conversation, listen to what they're talking about. It's always intervention from the outside.
There's the problem. We ain't asking for a damn thing. Like, reparations are old. So you can't sit here. That's not something people are crying or complaining about. It's a debt that's old. Just the bottom line. You can't Jedi mind trick people and say, forget about it. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, keep it moving, all that good stuff. You know, they don't have to pay you anything. Quit asking them for it. And it's like, Umar, you tripping. You know, that's why he get into the whole Pan-African thing. And yeah, he don't believe his thoughts ain't our thoughts.
At all. So Dr. Umar, born Jermaine Shoemaker, he holds a psych degree. I think that is PSYD in clinical psychology. Here's the thing. And in his information, it says claims certification as a school psychologist and school principal. While he holds a doctoral degree, his licensure status has been subject to scrutiny by state board, with Johnson stating he never claimed to be a practicing licensed psychologist. You see, like, so respect and honor to all the scholars out there. I'm a D student, but come on, if you're gonna have such hubris and ego, especially as a black man, Umar not, you got a target on you. You got to be twice as good to get half the results. And I'm not seeing claims and things like that being twice as good.
Government, corporate America, God, Jesus. What about us? A $2 trillion people has no excuse to be sitting around waiting for external intervention. The reason we have to do that, my brother, is we're not interested in sacrificing our own disposable income. We're not interested in sacrifice. The scariest word in Black America, if Black people could eliminate one word from the dictionary, it would be the word sacrifice. We are not interested in it.
Damn, that's a humbling thought, to be quite honest. And it makes me think of the boycott in Memphis back in the civil rights era. Which was like absolutely the bus boycott was probably, I wouldn't even say probably, for me was the most important part. I'm sorry, Montgomery. But that was the most important part of the whole civil rights thing for me. Movement. I don't want to say thing. I don't want to disparage it. It showed them how much and we sacrificed for a long ass time together. Do you think is that even realistic anymore? Or no, we just done?
Again,
is that realistic anymore for us to like, I know you say we want to get rid of it, but
it's realistic because this is the only way you're getting out of this. you understand me? It's not a question. In other words, what other option do you have? Show me any people in human history. You could even use the Bible and the Quran if you want, although I don't consider those historically accurate texts. But you can use any book you want, any race, any period of time. Show me any people who got out of their situation without organization and leadership. Because you even hear Black people say things like, we don't need no leaders. Why you never hear Chinese people say we don't need no leaders? Why you never hear European Jews say we need no leaders? Why you never hear Arabs and East Indians and Chinese say we don't need no leaders? You know why Black people love to say we don't need no leaders? Because Black people don't believe in respecting or following sincere, authentic black leadership. We will follow white folks. White folks could lead us to hell if they want, and we'll listen. You understand? We'll follow Joe Biden. We'll follow Bill Clinton. We'll follow Jimmy Carter. You understand me? But we won't follow each other. You understand?
Well, it's a couple things here, Umar. Like you say, you can't start mentioning everybody else when you talk about our particular fight. We don't have no other nation to go to. We don't have a president within a country within a country, right? There ain't like a black president, a white president, none of that. It don't work like that. So when you're talking about Chinese people, don't even get started on some of these other countries where they don't have the rights we have. So it's a different game.
And Umar touched on something again now. He said that melanated folks don't want to follow a righteous leader, you know, especially with this gynocratic centered culture we got, especially if it's a melanated man. So with that understanding, Umar, here's my challenge. You know that there's a disconnect there. Black folks don't really respect a black leader. So wouldn't you want to be more stoic and solid in everything that you do? You see what I'm saying? If you know that, you should know how to fight against all of this judgment and criticism that's coming your way, but you're up here always making your rant sexual. You got this school issue. You shouldn't be surprised if you can acknowledge that.
We have an issue with anything black. Our self-hatred is at the heart and soul of why we cannot come together. Black people are in pursuit of a life of whiteness. The average Negro wants a world surrounded by white people where he is accepted by those white people.
No.
See, that black people's problem ain't freedom. It's not equality. It's not justice. It's acceptance by white people. That's what we want. If most black people could change their race, most of them will become white overnight.
Man, this dude just sitting up here lying for no good reason.
Stop lying!
Why you lying, ho?
Stop lying!
I know the time, ho.
Stop lying!
4G's what we slide.
Stop!
Stop doing that. Once again, Umar got an agenda and he got enemies, granted. Like, see, you need to put names on it. Like, stop labeling us. Because when you're saying that, you are talking about the majority of us, and that is not true. So if you want to, start naming names, like I said, go after the people you want to go after. The Stephen A's or whoever you don't like, D.L. Hughley. I don't know who you don't like, but don't start bringing that and say all black people.
And he said at least most. He didn't say some. Then he said most. Like, you tripping, Umar. What would make you say that? We don't believe that. And, we quick to hold our race accountable. Definitely don't think that. Like, where'd that come from? What? Yeah, like, say the names. Don't sit here and say most. Don't believe that. Let's see. Put a 1 in the chat if you're black and you want to wake up like Leon King with reverse revitiligo.
You can clearly tell by the amount of black men who suffer from the snow bunny crisis. You can clearly tell by the amount of black women who blonde their hair, dye their hair, bleach their hair. Look at all the blonde and brunette wigs and weaves running around in the black community. That is not a natural hair color of black women. Most of our ancestors come from West and Central Africa. That is not a natural hair color of West and Central Africans. On average, it's not. Okay, you have your albinos and you do have some other genetic derivations that will give rise to that, but it's not a regular hair color.
Two things is true. Now we can talk about it. Are people trying to assimilate? That's one thing. Granted, we don't do most of the hiring and firing and all this good stuff, especially back in the day. So granted, Umar, but no, just because you're trying to get hired by a white boss don't mean you're trying to assimilate. It's just a system we in. But most folks are proud of being black. And it's on a subconscious level when people are doing most things.
Dr. Umar is guilty of taking for granted his position. Like, obviously he don't have to work. He don't have to clock in. He don't have a boss. So he one of those guys could sit up here and be very judgmental because, You know, a lot of folks don't have the luxury of being the King Kong of consciousness and living off of donations and gifts and donations. Respectfully, like, I don't agree with that. I really don't. Like, you know, I've been self-employed for some time now. What I look like looking down on somebody because they go clock in 9 to 5 like I used to. Like, that's, I don't know. That's just wicked. I don't agree with that. Stop being so uppity, Ninja.
We're doing it because we think that's beauty. Black women thinks that's beauty. So if you will go out of your way to emulate white people, if given the opportunity, why would you not transform yourself into one?
Is it just black women's view, or is it black men celebrating that view?
It's both.
See, and he's problematic because we don't disagree with the wig stuff. Y'all know where we stand. Shout out to Brother Trey. But Umar, you are a hypocrite and you are problematic. You are the same man that are calling women like Sukiana wearing the 80-inch weaves. The worst of us, you call them queens, mother CMOS goddesses, right? When we are calling them bonquisha and trying to get them to correct their behavior, the worst of the worst, you will sit there and call them a queen. But now you're going to sit here and start talking about their weaves and stuff now. You double talk.
Pandering. Yeah, if anybody is fitting that example, it would be your friend Sukiana, the one you want to put a baby in. That's that pandering poonhound. They're not good for the group in many ways. Don't want to hold these sisters accountable and get a positive change. Then you big on weave. Yeah, you said you won't even marry a sister that's got synthetic hair. You said you'll hunch on them. Wild as heck, but you won't marry him. King Kong consciousness. He'll date you, but he ain't gonna. No, he won't marry you though. This is King Kong consciousness here.
It's the self-hatred of black women, and it is the self-hatred of black men who prefer a woman who has a European phenotype. It is actually both. And I believe that black men are more at fault than the black woman, because I think that if we stood up as men, which we haven't done in about 56 years since Dr. King's murder, not politically or economically we haven't, black men have done nothing collectively for the black race since Dr. King's murder.
Okay, do me a favor. I'm not the brightest apple in the bunch. Break down Pan-Africanism for me.
Sure. Now, before I do, just to conclude that point, I believe that black men, if we came together as a movement and said, listen, black sister, we want everybody natural. We want everybody natural. That's a $30 billion decision we just made. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If black men told sisters, we're not dating you unless you're natural, that's a $30 billion decision we just made. Now, black women got $30 billion that they can use to build institutions, build programs for our girls, build mental health treatment centers to help all the black girls who have been.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
I mean, does Umar live with his head buried in the sand? Shout out to No Contendo. Folks do. We are telling these women, take the wigs off. Dude, they're not going to start listening to you ninjas in mass. So they got jobs. What reason do they have? That's why they are the least married right now. So the men don't have that kind of leverage. It's, it is what it is.
And then to paint this fantastical picture, if all every melanated sisters stop indulging in weave and wig culture, now they have, what do you say, 8 billions of dollars. How? You are also saying that millions of black women about to work together and put all of their savings from not buying weaves and wigs into one account. That's madness. Shout out to Mr. X a while back. He said in the projects, if every single mom in the projects would take their $7,000 to $12,000 income tax check, they could about buy up the projects. And that's just a small area there. Good luck trying to get every melanated sister to put all that money into account and agree on something. It sounds good, but it's not practical. That's all I'm saying.
Trafficked and so forth and so on. Our political and cultural decisions are also economic. We have to understand that. This is why every other group benefits. Mexicans benefit from decisions to align themselves with their culture. Because what it says is anytime we align with our culture, we automatically keep that money in the community. Because we're the only people who can produce our cultural artifacts. We're the only people who can genuinely practice our cultural ritual. You understand? So our cultural decisions, our psychological decisions automatically have economic ramifications.
Once again, I don't disagree. One thing about it, Umar, you need to start leading by example. What can you do? You can yourself go get married and start a family, because that's where it starts. You always want to sit up here and talk about every other race, but every other race realizes what's important: family. I just told y'all earlier, I seen the Mexican woman and the guy working on the house. Everybody's working together. So Umar, the way you can start showing, leading by example, you go get married yourself, have some beautiful babies, lead the way to a black woman, right? You can do these things, but sitting up here with all this talk, it ain't doing nothing.
Amen, Mr. X. It sounds like the simplest solution, get married, but it's the most difficult. The most important decision you're going to make as a man or woman looking to be married is the person you choose to marry. Mission critical at the least. But that's how you do it. I'm living it. We walk out, we talk it over here. Like that's how you really be the change you want to see. We talk about these YNs and these young thoughts out here. Let's make sure we not creating more YNs and thoughts. Let's be fathers and mothers in our children's lives. Let's make sure they don't grow up into adulthood with these insecurities and all this damage. But it starts with a 2-parent household. Anybody else that wants to argue that, you're just wrong. Plain and simple.
So we have to keep that in mind. Now, Pan-Africanism, if I was to sum that up, I would give it three simple principles. Principle number one, all African people are a single family. We are family, no matter where we are, what our complexion is, what our hair texture is, what our religion is, what flag we pledge allegiance to, what God we worship, what language we speak, whether you're in South Africa speaking Xhosa, or whether you're in Brazil speaking Portuguese, whether you're in Haiti with French, whether in the United Kingdom with the Queen's English, or in America speaking Ebonics, we are one race, and we should identify and operate as a single racial family. If African people practice oneness, because that's all Pan-Africanism is, it is a synonym for oneness. If African people globally practice oneness, we would be unstoppable. We would have people eating out of our hands, which is to say what? Our situation is not exclusively due to our race. Race is a symptom. Our situation is due to the lack of organization. Once we get strong, the world will be compelled to respect us. We don't agree? Look at China. China was once weak, dejected, irrespected, disrespected. When Mao Zedong went to Russia, Stalin wouldn't even shake his hand.
We need to stop. We don't have a nation. We don't. So like I said, we're speaking about us here. He talked about uniting on a Pan-African front. That's not going to start with us. We done reaching out the olive branch. It's been a one-way street the whole time. Americans, blacks in America, FBA, being the ones holding the check. Even when they come to our country and do a concert for free and raise money for us. You know, do this for us, do that for us. It's always been a one-sided thing. No, shout out to Ebony, what can y'all do for us?
We just saw where Uganda, whoever was trying to make the argument for reparations, it had nothing to do with us FBA. This is where the disconnect comes for anybody to argue. I get it now. Y'all, I'm all for unity. However, there is no true unity here because our unique struggle would not be respected. They just won't acknowledge it. They were trying to get reparations for them. They ain't got nothing to do with us. Us born in the South, us, you know what I'm saying, born in the inner cities, Detroit, that dealt with this hellacious American nightmare. They don't care. So yeah, I agree, Sister Ebony Dean, we got to stick together. They have shown their hands. They don't give a crap. They don't, but that's fine. That's fine.
Because like I said earlier, there is no we don't have a country within the country. We don't have no independent representation. So you can sit here and talk about China and Russia, regardless of how broke or poor they were, they still have an independent nation. They got militaries and all these different things. that, they always in the fight.
We are prisoners of war on our own land. That ain't emotion. I'm not reaching. We are prisoners of war. It's very unique. We're not African.
Stalin wouldn't even shake his hand. Look at China now. Look at China now. They can laugh at the Russians. Let's go to England. The Germans once considered the English a poor slave. They said the English were not even good enough to be a slave. They damn near ran 75% of the world during the heyday of the British Empire, fueled by slavery and colonization. Look at India. East India was a backwards, ignored nation. Now they're the tech giant of the modern world. So I know what we can do, but what brought China out of that, what brought England out of that, what brought India out of her backness was a racial pride that said we were great before and we will be great again. Black people have yet to get to that. We are so selfish, individualistic, and what keeps us in this downward spiral, my brother, is we continue to make deals with the devil that disproportionately disadvantage African people. Point number 2, as Africa goes, so goes the African diaspora. As Africa goes, so goes the African diaspora. This is one of the big differences we would have with, these African American tribal groups who want black people to either disconnect, okay, or disaffect from their African roots. It's ridiculous because you'll never be greater than your international homeland. You have never seen a people get respect anywhere on earth that exceeded the respect of their national home. No Indian in the world got respect till East India got it. No Chinese in the world got respect till China got it. No European Jew in the world got respect till Israel got it. It's going to be the same way with black people. Thinking we're going to achieve freedom, justice, and equality without the same happening in Africa is ridiculous. Why? Because your international homeland is your political power base for your race.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
Listen, Umar done been paid for. So he, like I say, he's talking on both sides of his neck, but we all know we've been on this planet too long. Like some of this stuff is pie in the sky. We must focus on ourselves here first. All right. Y'all can help us build up. And when we get to where we need to be, we are benevolent people. We will not forget. All right. We'll bring our people with us. But if y'all think we about to lift y'all up and put us at the bottom of the pyramid, you're crazy.
That's what I heard. He said, us as FBA folks, we need to worry about the state of Africa first, the condition and the structure of Africa first, make sure it's stable. And then once the continent of Africa is good and stabilized and got their own currency and back their currency by gold, then we could get then the United States will respect us here. I can't even start to believe that theory. I can't even start. Absolutely not, Umar. That ain't how it's gonna work, brother. Sounds good. That part don't even sound good. I retract that. That don't even sound good. That sounds far-fetched as hell.
The international homeland is the political power base for the race. So if that power base ain't strong, no matter where you are in the world, you're strong. It's not a coincidence that police in America only consistently execute blacks. There's Chinese gangs, there's Mexican gangs in America. Everybody has gangs in this country. Everybody commits crime in this country. Everybody breaks the law, runs the stop sign, has an outstanding warrant. Why is it that black people are the only ones consistently murdered by police? Because you have no international power base. You have no country that's willing to stand up and stand out for you. And until we build that, we'll never get it. And you know what the great crisis and crucible of this, my brother? The great crisis and crucible of this situation lies in the fact that we have the money to make Africa great again.
Listen here. First of all, stop sniffing so much. Secondly, name these countries that we are going to align with in Africa, and that's going to make us so much more powerful. You're not about to, there ain't no threat to America. It ain't like, hey, we about to align with, Zimbabwe or something, and America, but you know what? You know they rocking with Zimbabwe. We need to leave the blacks alone before Zimbabwe come over here with damn what's them things called? Like when they spit in the
blow darts.
Yeah, they come over here with blow darts and boomerangs. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see here, man. Umar been wilding. Who's my trend talking about coming over with some daggone blow darts? Dang it. I forgot what he said something that got my attention. I about forgot talking about blow darts.
It's a lot, man.
Trying to dang it, Umar. God dang, it was a good point. Africa putting up first. I remember it.
Political power base for your race. The international homeland is the political power base for the race. So if that power base ain't strong, no matter where you are in the world, you're strong. It's not a coincidence that police in America only consistently execute blacks.
Here it is.
Okay.
Yeah, stop. Here's the thing. I like immediate, resolve, especially when it comes to my people, because I love us. He talking about stop getting us deleted so much. I've touched on this, and it's not an original thought. I heard it, and it makes sense. And I sold life insurance before. The conquering man understands two things. Hear me well. Lead and bread, i.e. money. Lead and money. Choose one. You want him to stop deleting us so much? We can do this now because it's very little cost. Soon as you have a little black child, get a whole life insurance policy out on them. Please. You can get, $50,000 of life insurance coverage for a newborn baby for like $10 a month. We do it on every child we have, we get a policy. And the theory is, if it becomes so expensive to delete us, you can upset $1 billion industry. Oh, y'all keep deleting black folks, and we got to keep paying out. But we don't have life insurance policies. How you know, Mr. Walker? Because every time somebody passes away, they start passing the hat and got GoFundMe's on Facebook. Get the daggone policy, man. Please.
Chinese gangs, there's Mexican gangs in America. People are the only ones consistently murdered by police because you have no international power base. You have no country that's willing to stand up and stand out for you. And until we build that, we'll never get it. And you know what the great crisis and crucible of this, my brother? The great crisis and crucible of this situation lies in the fact that we have the money to make Africa great again. The diaspora, Black America in particular, we have the money to make Africa great again. Imagine, my brother, if we organized ourselves. So when Ghana needs 50 million, we got you. When Senegal needs 30 million, we got you. When Kenya needs 5 million, we got you. When Jamaica needs 2 million, we got you. When the Bahamas need a couple million, we got you. If we were organized, brother, you know how much respect we would get from the African race around the world to be able to say Black America is the reason you got new schools. Black America is the reason you got new roads, new hotels, new hospitals. Black America is the reason you got jobs. So we're sitting around crying about being disrespected by African immigrants and Africans around the world. We're crying about being mistreated by whites, reds, browns, and yellows. While at the same time, we have the economic potential to change all that in 1 year. We could change it in a year, my brother. But the reason we can't.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
What is he insinuating? That Black Americans foot the bill for this project? Is that what he said? That we go build roads and bridges and what? I don't know. I hope I ain't misunderstanding this.
See, we don't make excuses over here, but I believe and feel like Dr. Umar would not acknowledge the psychological warfare that was put on us over here. It sounds like he is saying we all need to come together and put all of our resources into one pot. If that was possible, I promise you we wouldn't be having this conversation. I listen here. I have cried my soul out and said, if we can get 3 resourceful men to work together, they can almost conquer the world. and you want to get everybody. You can't get 3. Then tried it. You can't. And you want to get everybody. And yes, to start building infrastructure in other places. We can't help others before we help ourselves, Umar. Get life insurance policy. That's where it starts.
That part. So, and there's nothing stopping them from scamming us. We can barely afford a plane ticket to go to Africa, $6,000, $7,000, $10,000. So it's pie in the sky. We will be scammed. I mean, the Nigerian scammer is a thing for a reason. It's a stereotype, but it can fit sometimes. Shout out to Ashy Foot. So everybody been put all their money in this pot, and Ashy Foot been run off with billions of dollars living in damn Dubai somewhere.
No. Ashy Foot would never. Ashy Foot be like, I am building dams. I am building waterways. I am bringing light to the darkness with electricity. Me and Akon. Yes, Ashy Foot and Akon Enterprises.
No, thank you.
God.
No, thank you.
Appreciate you, brother. Hand Dog says no slander, no Umar slander. Appreciate you, brother. Emmanuel says we need a truth over lies update on the Kundra classes. Dum dum dum. Shout out to No Contendo. Says Bezos X does more for HBCUs than Umar. Whoa. Shout out to Project Leroy. Says all that babbling and Umar not helping Julius Malema. Money. Shout out to Brother Merciful. Good to see you, man. Says, why would we help Africa when they didn't help us? When we were going through slavery and Jim Crow, even with this reparations talk, they wanted the bread for themselves. Most egregious.
Man, this is crazy.
We have the economic potential to change all that in 1 year. We could change it in a year, my brother. But the reason we can't do it, black people are not interested in what? Any sacrifice whatsoever. And the last principle I'll give you on Pan-Africanism, and there's many, but the last one I'll give you is self-determination. Okay. Anything that is to be done for Africans must be done by Africans. That is a very powerful principle because it separates us from everybody else. Mm-hmm. We don't take money from no other race at all. No other race can join our movements. Okay? Black family must be built by black men and black women. If you got a black church, it better be a black Jesus. Everything better look like you. Everything.
Hell! And this is where we got to stop. It'll never work. Quit saying black. First of all, that ain't going to fly. So now you are only speaking to us here in America because we the only people who talk like that. You go over somewhere else, Jamaicans are Jamaican, Nigerian or Brazilian or wherever they from. They're not going to identify with you on that level because they have a different heritage and different history in their own country. So sounds good, but they ain't, nah. At best, they're going to nod their heads and scam you.
Good point, Mr. X. Yeah, Mr. King Kong Pan-Africanism. Carry that over there and see how they look at you. Yeah, we all together. Go over there and say, hey, Nigerian, we all black. Man, please. And they're going to let you know what it is and what it ain't. Now, where is your theory of Pan-Africanism? I love the way it sounds. It sounds awesome. What a heck of a kumbaya moment. But time has shown it's not practical
whatsoever. And the last principle I'll give you on Pan-Africanism, and there's many, but the last one I'll give you is self-determination. Okay. Anything that is to be done for Africans must be done by Africans. That is a very powerful principle because it separates us from everybody else. Mm-hmm. We don't take money from no other race at all. No other race can join our movements. Okay? Black family must be built by black men and black women. If you got a black church, it better be a black Jesus. Everything better look like you. Everything better be about you. Everything better be controlled by you. As the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey said, greatest black organizer in human history. No other person in human history has ever brought together 13 million people, especially without a nation state that he controlled, without helicopter, airplane, internet, or cell phone. He did that. Garvey said we need black manufacturers, black distributors, black producers.
Oh, here we are.
Lying about being mistreated by white.
Like we say, sound good, high in the sky. Get the damn school open. I think, Umar, you got too many agendas. You worry about too much ish. You need to narrow your focus down, laser like get it all the way tunnel vision and get the damn school open. You worry about everything else, snow bunnies, 5'5" thick in the thigh, every other country, all the blacks on the planet. How about just get the school open and we'll go from there?
There you go. How can Brother Umar have tunnel vision and laser like focus when there's so much variety of chocolatey sister? And he done rattled them all off many times during his horned up rants. Butter pecan, freaking vanilla swirl with the caramel with a little drizzle with raspberry. Relax, ninja, relax. I like what Killer Mike say, in regards to us, becoming more self-sufficient. And it's just that, far as showing our power, proper boycotts to really put a strain on this wicked American economy. The only way to do it, we got to become more self-sufficient. And I often talk about that. We got to get more in touch with our roots and more in a more self-sufficient, low-cost living. Please, I urge everybody to get rid of the wicked fantasy of using half your yearly wage to pay for a big old SUV, being house poor, trying to keep up with the Joneses, going on vacations. Fight and try to get yourself from up under that load of bills. That's a start. Self-sufficient. Until then, we can't truly boycott. We can't truly show power until we're more self-sufficient. And self-sufficient, we are not. Appreciate you, No Contendo, coming through this evening, brother. He says NFL draft should have been all signed to Magic, LeBron, and Jordan. Lock out the black draft. 73% of NFL PA controlled by us. Monopolize the UFL, WBC, MLS, etc. Yeah, but Magic, LeBron, and Jordan, shoot, they got folks they got to please too.
Exactly. So them corporate sponsors. So you need to say like Nike, Pepsi, and Walmart or something. So the corporations is in charge of everything. They bread is only so long. It'll be, like you said, they got to keep getting fed by the machine.
Yeah, without sponsors and corporations, there is no money. And they'll just drown you out. Yeah, to starve you.
Unfortunately. So nonetheless, we're going to take Umar and put him in the pit.
Again, for now.
Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta! You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things get brighter.
Yeah, if I can leave my family with two things: get a life insurance policy and cut down on bills. Practice delayed gratification, meaning work your butt off as long as you got vigor and fire in you, so that when you do get tired and weary, you can retire to a couple acres, nice little house paid off, a little Toyota, a little Honda with no note, and you are free, much more freer than how most of us are living now, man. That's the dream.
There we go. So if you're just coming in, make sure you hit the like button. We are talking about a broken system. We are in trouble. Everything is falling apart. So we're going to bring this up here. Shout out to the brother Godfrey talking about the T-Money situation.
Oh, here we go.
So another assassination attempt on Donald Trump. But this time it's at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Here, come on. I'm sorry. Listen, I don't wish stuff on anybody, but I just, come on. I really, this is what I think. His ratings are so low that he is like, we have got to find something to get people to like me again and feel sorry for me again. Come on. I mean, the Correspondents' Dinner in the White House. Now they're getting in the White House now. Really? That well-guarded building where you can't even get to the lawn And then they.
Oh, hold on, slow down. It was not in the White House, Godfrey. So yeah, I don't know. You must have did this video like minutes after. Nonetheless, it was at the hotel, near it. And here we are. Y'all see the brother. I'm sure most of y'all probably know more than us, but the young brother went in and tried to F around and find out.
I ain't buying it. I ain't buying this at all. Just had this talk with my barber. Melanated brother. For one, like Miss X said, yeah, they had this at the Hilton. Paranoid T Money having this at the Hilton after the first attempt. This is all foobar. I believe it was all made up. This dude ran in there, supposedly let shots off, hit somebody, and still got apprehended without getting harmed himself as a black man. I don't know. I just known this to get deleted for less. I don't know.
Building where you can't even get to the lawn. And then they show the guy. He's like a mixed looking dude. Of course, he's not a white guy this time. He's like a mixed look. He's a teacher, a science teacher, something like that. And I guess he's in on the tape because I don't know how much they paid him for that. But the footage, I see the footage. I'm like, Donald doesn't even duck until it was at least 30 seconds. He's just sitting there at the table like, and then all of a sudden it's like duck down. And you see other people ducking down, but it looked really, really staged. They didn't even look that scared. If someone is really shooting, I mean, plates should be falling all over the place. Oh, you get the It was like people were like, duck, duck, duck. They're at a dinner like, duck down. Oh, this duck is fantastic. The tartar. Watch out. Is everybody okay? That shit looks so phony. Man, this is a circus, man.
I mean, listen, two things. I think a lot of the people that were there are saying they thought it was real. So I don't know. I think I seen the brother Stephen A. Smith. He was in the room. A couple other folks, people from it was a lot of independent journalists, folks from TikTok and whatnot. So they said they thought it was real, but it looked kind of sketchy.
Stage things are supposed to look real. That's the point of it. That's the point. Y'all, I mean, listen here, but y'all really believe this? Y'all believe T Money almost got hit and had blood on his head and his ear grew back? Y'all believe in these things? I ain't no way. I think it's all made up, like Godfrey said. He has got the lowest rating, I think, in history for president. We are engaged in a conflict don't nobody agree with, civilians nor military personnel. Like, this all seems and then the events that follow after. So I'm saying staged if I got to put a vote in.
It's a circus. I don't believe it. I think it's bullshit. To me, I just think that as we come closer to midterms, he's going to be up to his shenanigans again. I just don't believe this shit. I barely believed this shit the first time. So this second, I'm like, yo. So he said, because I think he stopped having comedians at the correspondence dinner because he doesn't know how to take a joke. So now instead of a comedian, he's gonna get him an assassin now. Is that what it is? You all let me know. Jeez, and he had a press conference right after that. Yeah. I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories with this whole thing, but I'm sorry. Who the hell, does a little speech after an assassination attempt and talks about a ballroom?
This is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room and it's much more secure. It's got.
You see that? He goes, that is why we have to build this ballroom. We have to make this ballroom very important because our security is suffering. We have to make this big, giant ballroom. We need a ballroom.
It's drone proof. It's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years.
We need a ballroom so I won't get shot. They won't try to shoot me. If they see a big, giant, beautiful, golden, billion-dollar ballroom, they'll definitely. And we have to keep building, spending millions. Because that's the reason. That's the reason why they got into the White House. Because they needed a ballroom.
Well, I'll say this. They don't need a ballroom. Y'all need to stop damn partying and celebrating so much. Kind of like we just told Umar. How about T-Money, you get in the damn office and get some work done. First order of business, reparations, cut the check. Yeah! All right? Yeah, y'all need to spend more time working, less time golfing and having balls and effing around. That's why the country is the way it is. Quit partying so much.
T-Money is in office racking up a bag for all of his compadres. And mark my words, T-Money ain't leaving the White House. Only way he leaving is if he transitions. That's the only way, because he's very much aware the moment he's no longer president, he remembers how the FBI ran his place in Mar-a-Lago. He remembers, and they wait to do it again. That's why he building his forever ballroom. He about to hunker down. He ain't going nowhere. We are in an active conflict, so he ain't got to leave. Y'all don't see the writing on the wall, do y'all? It's about to get wicked.
Listen here, they talking about Trump's mental fate. Y'all got to understand, this dude 80-something years old. He ain't going to be around that. Now, if he was younger, yeah, it'd be much more of a issue. If he's about 50, 60-something, Trump might not make it through the term. He better,
I hear you. That sound like wishful thinking. Listen here, AI and modern medicine, the mother sucker. Y'all gonna be mad whenever y'all see T-Money come on camera and it's just a head and the rest of his body just robotic legs like they show in the movies. It's coming.
Pretty close call. That's getting into the inner circle. That's a live gun in the same general proximity of our commander-in-chief.
He's a really smart guy, too, from Caltech, which is one of the hardest schools in the nation to get into. The bad guy. And he took a train across country. I mean, he had a lot of things thought out. And it was so soft targets in that building that if he had just come down earlier and done the pre-parties, there were all these VIPs in areas in that hotel that you didn't even have to go through the metal detector and such. So, I mean, if he had just done that instead of trying to go into the main ballroom, he could have gotten cabinet members and high-level officials.
A lot of important people.
Yeah,
right.
It's a bad scene for that kind of thing.
This just validates, like you said, Steve, why they need to not ever have to do any type of gathering or dinner or anything like that outside of the White House.
Right.
But that validates.
Case closed.
And listen, it not because it's being privately funded. Like it's not even costing us anything.
Right.
Well, that's another issue. You don't know where the money coming from. So it could be Putin and some old folks. And like I said, they're trying to paint the story like the guy was at the hotel. So it was at the he had checked in, I guess what they say, like a few days or a week before. And, so he was already in there. And when it came time, he was just a guest. They really weren't paying him no mind. And that's why he come darting through that way. It was no issue to get on the floor. So he got on the floor, no problem. He was at the hotel all week, scouting it out, and that. So they trying to connect them dots. It's a lot. I don't know.
How do you whenever the president comes into town, they shut down the whole highway. They disrupt the whole daggone transportation infrastructure whenever the president's coming to town. With their motorcades, all that. Y'all done seen it. But you telling me they at the Hilton with all of these government officials, the president of the United States, with all this going on, and they're like, yeah, you just random folks can be in the Hilton too. Y'all can be in the same building. It makes zero sense. Again, I don't care what y'all say. I'm saying it's a hoax, and that's fine because time will always tell. We're going to see who's right and wrong. Appreciate you, brother Frederick. Says Max Headroom. Remember that show? I don't.
Appreciate you, brother. So like I said, yeah, it's a big conspiracy. I see he left behind a manifesto and talk about T-Money, everybody, the X-Files. And that's another part why they saying it wasn't because T-Money had to go into that interview and answer them questions. Yeah, I ain't never raped nobody, this and that. That woman said, yeah, you did. You did. He said you did this and that. And so that part of it was like, man, because it did not make him look good. He had to answer them questions.
Yeah, so there you go. I think now I'm sticking with my conspiracy. I think that's just more deep state. It did make him look bad. It was hard questions, and he spazzed out. He said, I was waiting for you to ask that question. You're terrible people. You're terrible people. Then he started denying the allegations. And then the reporter said, well, do you think he was talking about you? And it did look really, really bad. But again, if you ask me, that was the more crafty side of the cover up. Make them look bad. So it's like, it can't be planned to make them look this bad. I don't think T Money give a dang. Appreciate you, No Contendo. Says Cole Allen bumping ice cream truck. Montana 300.
Wicked. So we're going to take all these ninjas, put them in the pit, and keep it moving.
Yes.
Madness.
Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things get brighter.
It's a lot going on, man. So much going on. It's a lot of theories going around. Hopefully, I got to put some hope on that last statement. I love to say that time will always tell. But with all the lies being spread, AI, deep fake, I don't know if the truth is always going to come out. It's getting darker and darker and harder and harder.
That's it. So I think it's best to just get you a nice daily routine and just focus on that. Like I said, a lot of this stuff can just get you too caught up in it and be down rabbit holes and know the history. A lot of this stuff been going on since the beginning of time. So ain't nothing that's new. It's just the latest episode.
There you go. I agree. Have some structure, have a purpose. Done been there. When this conflict first started, I found myself down rabbit holes. I found myself getting, I want to say at this point, overly involved because I started to ride that little emotional roller coaster. T Money said he about to delete the whole civilization. Didn't happen. I agree, Mr. X. Stay occupied with what you got to do. We worry about ourselves and let the chips fall where they're made. That's always been me and Mr. X's point of view. Political atheists, we don't give a damn about a Republican, Democrat, none of that at all. Didn't care too much about any of it till Sister Ebony Dean cut the check, reparations. That interests us because that benefits us. But other than that, put your head down, chop wood, and achieve whatever goal you got for the future.
That's it. So here we are. We done made it through this wonky show. Everything is falling apart. We brought some truth to the table. A broken system. Most folks is in trouble.
What's going to happen? Can we come together? Can we fix this broken system? Can we get out of the trouble that we are in? I want to say no. I want to say it's going to have to reach a tipping point. It just is. We live in the United States. And what I did learn following this conflict is many empires have fallen. You know what I mean? The British Empire, I think Spain at one time ruled. Everybody, Russia, the USSR, there were so many empires, and every empire thought, can't be us to fall. And falling doesn't look like the homeland being invaded, but things are going to change. We just got to make sure we are in position not to fall victim to the dark side of the change, because there will be casualties. Most unfortunate.
That part. And shout out to Sister Olawa. Make sure you guys are subscribed to all 3 channels. Head over. If you are watching over on Cart Before the Horse, this live stream will live on the Truth Over Lies. So make sure you come over and subscribe. And we'll be back up here Thursday for SBC Madness.
Shout out to Truth Over Lies, Single by Choice, and Cart Before the Horse Nation, always coming through like y'all do. We appreciate y'all coming through, supporting your channel, supporting your interests, supporting beautiful Black media. Please continue to do so as y'all do. Hitting that super chat, hitting that Cash App. Thank you, and a thank you.
That part. So shout out to all you guys. Like I said, we will be back Thursday night, as y'all know, and there's a lot going on. I see the sister Meg Thee Stallion still in the news, so we'll see what's going on with that and some more stuff.
Oh, we back this Thursday with Single by Choices with more dating, mating, and rage baiting madness. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you are there live. Put your notifications on. Shout out to Replay Gang. But as y'all know, ain't nothing like catching it live. Be there or be square, ninjas.
So until then, I'm Gavin X.
I am Mr. Walker.
And we are Cart Before the Horse Productions.
A good evening.
We're trying to get you old now, viral online.
Truthful lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets where he need you here. Quarters of vision, fit your focus, kiss. Break generational suffering. Truthful lies, say it loud, say it clear. Left the streets where he need you here. Quarters of vision, future focus, kings. Break generational suffering.
We don't profit off death. We don't clap for destruction. We here to build men.
Not Berry Boys.
Not Berry Boys.